Hey buddies, welcome to Video Games Awesome Live. This is a dream show again.
Hi Fraser.
What? Why are you looking at me?
I haven't
Why are you talking to me?
Fraser. I haven't seen Fraser in like a week.
Because I've been obsessed with dreams. I've been up here dreaming, doing my dreams, dreaming my stuff.
Yeah.
Dreaming along. I am obsessed with this game. I'm obsessed with the potential for it. I've been like tinkering, learning, figuring shit out. Today on the show, I'm not sure that, like, maybe I will show just like, I haven't gotten a lot accomplished, so I can really quickly like show you some stuff I made. This is a head I made, which I thought was cute. I spent a lot of time trying to find a style of character that I think I could replicate and make many characters of if I wanted to make a game.
Right.
So that's a little character I made. And the key to the look of the character that I made here is because I want it to be easy to replicate, and the nature of which I'll take away the hair. I didn't do the hair. The hair was by somebody else. If you look at the genealogy, it was somebody else's. It was just I tossed on. But like the way that sculpts happen is like, I don't want it to be, you can make it complicated, and some people have made some really incredible creations with really complicated sculpts, but I want to animate this, and in Dreams you can't animate geometry. So this is a static object. The mouse can never move unless you were to cut it and make it a flap jaw like a puppet.
Right, I've actually seen that in some of the other dreams where it's like clearly
Remember that
two
jack-o'-lantern?
pieces.
It was two pieces and it overlaps, and they try to make the seams not showable, but that's a bit, if there's one major limitation of Dreams, it's that geometry can't be animated. But I have maybe a way around that, and I'll show you in a second. But like, here's the thing, I made it so simple that it can be changed really quickly. Oops.
Ooh.
There. Like, this is just a cutout. So like the mouth could be changed shape and stuff, and this is just one shape. I could take this shape away and make it different, like make a smile, make a frown. So look, here's the thing with the geometry. People say it's a limitation of the system that sorry to get right into the nitty-gritty at the beginning, but this is just my thoughts about Dreams. They say it's a limitation of the system, or the Dream's never intended for it to geometry be. It's clear it's animated. It's animating right now. I'm animating. I could record this, and this is an animated, it's moving in real time, it's animating. It's clear the Dream's made a choice, at least for the PlayStation 4 version of the game. We're not going to see geometry. They are going to add it. I swear to God they're going to add it in the future. They're going to make it so that you can animate geometry. That you'll just be able to keyframe this shape here, keyframe it at this size, and go between the two, and then you'll go between and you'll have this smooth transition. So there's ways around it, and I'll show you in a second, but yeah, so the structure of this face is really simple. Just one dot for the nose, a mirrored sphere for the lower face. It could just be one sphere, but I made it mirrored so that I can change the lower face shape to anything I want. And then it's, I think it's just one shape kind of recesses the eyes, makes them push in. And then I'm actually surprised that's not just one shape at the top. I think it could be. Yeah, it could be one shape. I think I just decided to add an extra shape to like change the size of the cranium a little bit. But, and then the eyelashes are outside of that sculpt. So that's just a sphere cut into a quarter, and then I added some flecks. Flecks are a major part of Dreams that I've learned, and that's these little, like, those aren't geometry. Those are flecks applied to the geometry, and I could take those away by going into, I guess I could go into coat mode, I think. And then I think, oh wait, not coat mode. I could go into style mode, and I could take those flecks away. Oh, that didn't work. I don't know how it works exactly. I can comb them and shit. I know. Maybe I'll take them away. I don't know how. Anyways, this could just be a solid looking sphere if I wanted it to be, but it's not. Anyways, like, I'm still learning it. So how could that be animated? And I had a theory about that, and then I saw somebody actually put that theory to use on another creation, but this was my initial theory. So right here, these are four sculptures, and you're gonna have to use your imagination because I didn't like fully flesh this out. They're being animated along a timeline, and
You made this?
yeah, I was just like kind of fucking around with like this. I actually made a physical timeline or a physical draggable head. This thing is like going through zones at these keyframes. This thing is the zone, saying anything that goes through this slice triggers this keyframe. And then this keyframe, if you click it, shows that it is affecting that orb. And this keyframe also affects that orb. So this one makes it appear, this one makes it disappear, and makes the next one appear.
Holy
this
shit.
one makes it disappear, and the next one appear. So imagine all 5 of these are stacked up, and all 5 are separate heads with the mouth like small, bigger, bigger, bigger. You could make it so that, so say I move them all over, so they're overlapping. So as one disappears, the next one appears,
dude.
and you could animate. So there's a problem with that, though. Like, the reason I have it out here, guys, as a physical slider is because I was finding that, so here, I'll show you. Here's playing. So it's just looping. I think that, yeah, there we go. It's looping, but there's a limitation to the speed of the animation. So if I speed it up by taking, this is the timeline that controls the playhead.
Okay.
If I make this like really short, and so the playhead's gonna go fast, you'll see it glitches a bunch. Like,
Maybe that's because it's just beta?
it's just a limited, like, see, some of them aren't triggering properly, and like sometimes they trigger and sometimes they don't. So you guys would say, like, you know, toss these keyframes up on the timeline instead, right? So let's get rid of the this altogether and just do it the way it was intended by Dreams. Put the actual keyframes on the timeline. So we'll take away these. So this is the way it was intended to be done. You take a timeline, you take the keyframes that do all this shit. What is this? That's the timeline. All right, you toss them on here. So these are the same. This is using the actual way that it was meant to be animated.
Do you use the controller
I
all the
use
time?
both, depending on the ergonomics and when I want to switch things up. So yeah, that's like, that works a bit better. It doesn't like fuck up. And maybe I could tweak shit down there to make it not fuck up the other way I was doing it. But here's the major limitation I find is that that's not very much frame rate, is it? That's like it's like maybe about 6 frames per second. And no matter how much I moved these, and maybe some of you experts in there could tell me, I find that like when you get the timeline, the keyframes too close together, it starts to glitch again. Like it doesn't want to be that. Like, it wasn't intended to go frame by frame, or like the system seems to have some sort of triggering limitation where that's doing okay. Maybe it's up to like 12 frames per second now, maybe. And still one is not triggering properly at the end. Like, it starts to, and that might be because of the overlap. But anyways, this is just niggles that I have and just like things I'm trying to hack. It's not a big deal if you don't want to animate fluidly. The point is, with those heads, if you want a character whose face just kind of like changes different shapes while they're or like if you're moving a mouth like this, just going like that, that's good enough. So anyways, there's a limitation there.
I have
but
a
like,
question.
What's that?
So, you said that you were going to stack the faces in that instance.
Mm-hmm.
Layers are not an issue? It's
No,
just because
so
it
one
like
disappears.
takes one out and
Yeah,
puts
you take one out and
it
put the other
doesn't
one in.
matter
Yeah.
where they are.
Yeah, it doesn't matter at all. No.
Okay.
So yeah, you could have that face animated a bunch. So then the only limitation begins to be your thermometers for geometry. So.
I wonder if you did this and turned up the motion blur.
Oh,
if
I
it
don't
would be
even
a
know what
convincing
motion blur is yet. So I don't even know that yet. So yeah, that could be interesting. Things that like could be fucked around with. So yeah, the other, like, in that case, the graphics would start to become a limiting factor, because here's the head, and this is one piece of geometry. So it's saying graphically, well, I have a spotlight here. So if I take that away, spotlights tend to be, they said, are kind of one of the things that makes graphics the graphics thermometer go up quickly because it's casting shadows. But anyways, if I turn on thermometer here, oops, I'm all fucked up.
Check out the grade and effects tool, says Ratty,
That-
for motion blur.
Oh, okay. I'm just going to turn on thermometers here. All right, so 8% of the graphics is being used just from this head alone. And then if you duplicate the head a bunch, like if you decide, I'm still not very good at the menus, I could be a lot better. So this would be a duplication in order to make different shapes. Oh, it's still 8%.
But it's only taking
Wow.
off the head.
Well, that's okay, because the eyes would be animated independent
Oh,
of the head
right.
shape. It's just the head shape that we want to change.
That's so freaky.
Wow, it doesn't seem to be that limiting of a factor. Adding more geometry of heads. I can't get the graphics to go up. I thought that this would like skyrocket.
This is so creepy.
And these aren't live clones either. There's different ways to clone,
It doesn't affect graphics with duplicates.
but these aren't.
Clones affect gameplay.
It knows.
Eventually.
Even okay, let me change each of them. Oh, the graphics started to change there. Yeah, that's pretty fucked up. I thought that like they weren't live clones, so okay, 7. It went down.
No,
It went down from 8 to 7.
22%.
Okay, all right. So now that they're being changed individually, things are getting different. 30% graphics now, and that's just with having 4 that are slightly different than each other. Something you can do to save on the graphics. Sorry, this is not interesting starting stuff, but this is just how geeky I've been getting
No,
with
man,
it.
just like spew all your
They have.
shit.
This is how incredible Dreams is. Where did they put the geometry simplifying tool? Where is that? It's in here somewhere.
Are you kidding? This is super interesting. I find this interesting. Yeah.
Okay, well you're all nerds though. I'm trying to get those bros to watch my show, like all the bro bras, and they have not been tuning in.
Mm-hmm.
Hey guys, where's the geometry thingy? I have to get out of sculpt mode maybe. Is that what you're saying? There's a tool. There it is. Okay, sculpture detail. Look at this. This is insane. You hit that, everything is color coded as to how much weight it's having on the graphics. So the more detailed a sculpture is, the harder it's being on. Oh, and it's highlighting all the ones that are the same. So the system automatically knows the ones that haven't been changed, and it's showing that they're all the same sculpture, but the ones I changed are individual now. So anyways, so it seems like the graphics slider is a combination of that's like a bunch of sculptures being the same as opposed to what's being actually having like shadows and light play upon it. Mm-hmm. That's 2 completely separate types of graphics. So this graphics slider takes into account 2 different things. And so geometry all being the same or different has to do with RAM, not to do with like graphics processing. So that's interesting. Like it would be interesting for them to have more than one slider for that.
Wow.
Anyways, you press R2 and you reduce the detail. That didn't even look like it changed. And suddenly my graphics went down to, it said negative.
What was it before?
I think it went down
-2.
2% by hitting it once. Purple means more, so it went up 2%, hit it once, down 2%, hit it again, down another 2%. So every time I hit it, it seems to go down 2%. And you can keep hitting it until you feel like something's happening where you think it looks janky or something, you know?
Oh, yeah, it's getting worse.
So now, as you reduce that, those graphics, you start to see the flex take over. And the flex are on everything. Even things that look smooth, you know, I was telling you about flex before on that eyelash. Even things that look smooth always have flex on them at all times. And that seems to do with like, I don't know, I'm still trying to figure out what flex mean, but it seems to be their version of subdivision. Instead of using subdivision on their geometry, flex do the subdivision to make things look smoother.
Whoa.
They take over and they start to like get a little bit like weird and furry as you take away geometry. So flex take over where geometry is taken away. And that can save you a lot on your well, it's not saving that much, not enough to like care, I guess, unless you had tons of characters.
Yeah, yikes.
But if you try to like fuck with like you go into style mode, and I still don't understand how like looseness is what's supposed to change how the flecks, how prevalent they are, and I can't. Yeah, I still don't understand how it plays. Like,
Apparently Media Molecule did a stream where they showed how thermal works and what affects what.
okay, I'd like to watch that.
Yeah.
And I'd like to hear their perspective on flex. Another thing I learned about flex, though. So, anyways, that's really cool. And the further away you get, the less prevalent the flex
True,
are. The other way that I think flex work, they seem to be dynamic, and I'll go into detail about that here. I'm just still like I'm just learning the system and what is possible. These are niggles because 90% of the time, what is possible? The answer is everything in dreams. With limitations is where the niggle comes in. It's like you just have to work within some of those. And I think that the reason there's limitations, where there's a ceiling, I think they set the real ceiling is up here, and they set the ceiling down here to give tons of wiggle room. That's my perception of, because I think that the PlayStation is capable of way more than what Dreams is doing.
To wiggle out the nickels?
Yes, so that they can have like breathable room in case like they don't want things fucking up because they like set the margin for error too low.
Right.
All right, so here's one of the coolest things about Dreams, and another limitation.
Oh, there is a little bit of green screen noise
Where's that?
on the very far end of the screen.
Oh, I see it. Yeah, I'll just crop that out.
Thank you.
So there hasn't been shows lately, guys, and part of the reason is I'm fucking with the setup and we're gonna be moving the whole studio downstairs. We're gonna be changing the floor that it's on. Where's the cancel button? It's behind my PlayStation Eye. We're gonna be moving the whole setup downstairs.
We got it perfect.
Yeah, we got
Fraser
it perfect.
got it perfect.
I've been
up
declaring it perfect for the first time in a while, and
here.
now that it's perfect, I'm gonna move it
Yeah.
all.
Fucking move it.
Because I want to do daytime streams more, and it's daytime right now, and it looks okay, I think, but it's not as comfortable as it could be, and I think that if we moved it down to the basement, moved our bedroom up top, yeah, that's what we're thinking. Anyways, we'll talk about that another time. It's going to be a lot of work moving it all down.
Some more daytime streams?
Yes, I want to. I want this to be our time slot, maybe a little later than this. Slightly later than this, maybe near our noon. All right, so there's a sphere.
Exactly ready.
Let's make a color. What's a cool liquid color? Okay, blue.
Yes.
So I guess what I have to do is to make it blue, I go to coat mode. Let's make it waxy, shiny wax, and make it blue, because shiny wax is the prettiest color, or a shader is what you'd call it in the game. Shiny wax. So if we get, hey, that's not shiny wax. That doesn't look that shiny.
Where's the shiny?
Finish instead of color, that's why.
Oh.
They're separate sprayers.
They like your new
There
amp.
we go,
Oh,
shiny wax.
Oh shit, yeah.
You like my amp? So as you can see, it's slightly translucent. And if you put a light behind this, which I think they put in here, toss a light here, shining at it. And you go to the other side, you can see like the light plays on through it. And if you move it, like even though the light is glowing from behind, it's coming through it. Like that's translucency.
Yeah.
And they say that translucency doesn't exist in the game. I think somebody said that they said that, but it does. It totally does. And I can prove it. If you go in here and you go, let's see, let's go to sculpt mode again, I guess. And from the outset, I'll start with shiny wax. And we'll go for, so you think, I'm gonna switch to green despite what you said, Becky. Because that's an ooze color.
Okay.
We're going for goo.
Oh, okay.
And I'm gonna make it a sphere. And then I'm gonna turn up the blend, oops. I wish that they would default to stamp tool and not, all right, there we go. So make the blend amount lots. So I can go like this, and it's gonna get all gooey.
Ooh.
Look at, see how some of it's dark? That is that's like a subsurface, it looks like subsurface scattering. Look at how it's goo, like
That's beautiful.
So I was like, what's going on here? I don't think they're faking it.
What? Cool.
All right. So then I went into, this is how I just, so this has very few flecks, but they are there.
Okay.
There's the flecks. And if I wanted to change them, I can go into style mode. Here's like, I can change them to circles. So now they're circles.
Oh, yeah.
So that you don't even notice that they're there though on something like this, because I set the looseness to almost as low as it can be. But if you go like, let's see here. So if you tweak this and you look at this property, all the properties here, it's waxiness is all the way, it's glow, you can make it glow.
What? Cool.
Its shininess and roughness can be changed like that. And then it had an inner properties, and I'm like, what is inner properties? Let's make that red, very opposite of green.
Right.
Let's make the color amount as much as possible. Saturation's all the way up. All right. So now what it says is this will only show up if you have some looseness applied to your. So I have no looseness, meaning all the flecks are trying to like just stay uniform with the surface of my shape.
Okay.
And if you apply looseness, it starts to get furry, which means they're going to take those flecks and they're going to all start to like ruffle themselves, and like it'll start to look furry, but then it'll start to reveal what's underneath, which is the inner. And so let's go to style mode, I guess, to do that, and I'll start to apply, yeah, this is looseness. So there we go, the red starts to reveal itself inside, because once it starts to loosen those flecks, it also increases the shape. All right, so there you go. Look at what's underneath. When I start to loosen these all the way, look at that. There's translucency and everything under there. Right now, people have been saying like you can't do a transparent like surface of water or a window or whatever, and there it is, like it's the underneath shape. So what I want, Dreams, it's clearly within the system to do this. So just let us, two things, let us edit flex in general, let us have our own custom flex, because right now you can only choose from these. All these are like your brushes.
Right.
Let us make our own flex, and also give us more options. At least give us more options. Instead of all these artistic ones, give us one that's just simply a circle, a filled in perfect geometrical circle without the swirly effect. Because that's a first step of making Dreams games look less Dreams-like. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with the style of Dreams is beautiful, but let's like allow people to, get away from this specific style. If they want to, let them branch out and have their own. So these are just like, they're PNGs probably. Well, they're probably not PNGs, but maybe they're TIFFs. Anyways, they're images with transparency. And they're monochrome. They're just like, it's like,
Can you turn the red, like the inners down?
Yeah, you can make it different. Like that's just darkness and lightness. So, and this is surprising me. I didn't think that the inner glow was supposed to affect the flex, but clearly it is. I didn't know that happened. So I'm not sure, I'm still learning it. But here's where it gets really crazy too. You can actually, if you use that geometry tool that I was showing earlier, that was over here, reduce that geometry. Here's where you really get to see the insides. Okay, I'll get out of here. Yeah, like all of the inside geometry starts to go away, and now it's just flex, and then you just get like these hints of like cloudiness inside, that milky translucent stuff that's going on that fills out the shape that Dreams isn't, like Media Molecule is not currently giving us access to. Let us take away flex, let us make translucent things, because that's just gonna open up, and they can. every time I look up something online, usually the Reddit will come up for this game, and people will be answering questions, and they also have their official forums. And most users' automatic answer to anybody's question about a limitation is, it's a part of the system. Don't even try. Don't even think about it. It's not gonna, like, they have limitations. Just leave it alone, like, or whatever. It's like, and I look into it. It's like, no, that limitation is totally surmountable. It's in the system. It can be taken out. The same way that there's one other thing I wanted to talk about. It sucks doing a dream stream and starting with what I think are limitations, but it has been what is obsessing me. I need to know what my limitations are before I start.
Yeah.
One of the things that's so incredible about the sculpting mode is the fact that, as I showed you before with that head, all the shapes that you place, it's non-destructible editing. Like, they're all still there. All the shapes I placed, including ones where I take away, because you get to, this is how you also sculpt. You can take away, you cut things out, like that. Like now I'm using a sphere to cut things away from what I have existing. And it's all, what goes in first affects what is affected by what comes after it.
Right.
So as you can see, I just put a cutout shape there, and I can still move this. It's still there. You have to find it though, which is another thing I want them to add. Let me highlight all my shapes. Let me, like, right now it's only if you drag over top do you get to see them. If you have these cutout shapes and use lots of them, sometimes you're like, where the fuck are they? How do I get the one that does that, affects that thing? And I think it's just that they're gonna add that later, a UI element that lets you quickly be able to see all these.
Yeah.
You can change its shape, but what you can't change is its blend. So if I do that again, if I apply, let's see here. So before I place this, I want to cut out some more. Before I place it, here's the blend amount, and I can make it, like that.
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting that you can't change that.
You can't after it's placed. And again, I looked it up, and surely there was people who were like, hey, I can't do this, I'm surprised. And of course, there's somebody answering being like, you can't do it, it's a limitation of the system, don't worry about it. It's like, no, they can, if they got these shapes here, if you can blend it before it's placed, you can blend it after. They're gonna add it. Mark my words, they will add it. It's just an oversight right now, or just a thing they haven't gotten around to. They will add the ability. The same as the ability to change the color, because remember, as you apply a shape, so I'm gonna make it a positive time this time, and I wanna change its color to, let's see, let's make it blue. So now I can, like,
oh,
this is
that's
fucking incredible.
So beautiful.
This is brilliant. No other sculpting program has made it this easy and amazing. And but now all these orbs are still here. I want them to be purple now. And I can't, now that they're placed. I can go and I can grab the spray paint tool, and I can make a circle. Now here's a circle that is blue, and I can make it, so it's affecting a field. Whatever it surrounds, it affects a field of it, right? Like that.
Right,
and that's a brilliant way to color. And if I place that shape, I can still, I don't know that I can grab color fields. Once they're there, they're there. But look, it's there. If I put a shape into it, it's still there. It's still registering that color field that colored things. This is still a green sphere, but I put it inside where I put that color. So let me highlight those color spheres and let me move those around. I want to be able to do that after the fact. It's still there. I just want to, like, grab it, and I want to change the color. So yes, you can paint things after the fact, but you can't, like, it's very blunt. You can't affect, like, a single orb. What if I want to paint that one that I placed inside this that's like affecting the very specific spot? And the other cool thing about this is that you can, like,
Minette wants to touch that thing, and I want to eat it. I want to lick it.
Let me make it, okay, so here's, I'm still in the spray paint tool. Let me change it to the stamp tool. So here I'm adding a new thing here. So let me cut out. The color affects cutting out too. And that's how I did that little girl's mouth, that little character's mouth. I made it a pink cutout sphere. So it automatically made the inside of the mouth
so cool.
pink. And you can do this. It's fucking amazing what they've done. They are brilliant. But yeah, there's just little niggles that I just want them to, like, it's, I guess what I'm ranting about is just that I'm annoyed with people online who are like, it'll never be done, you have to work around it. I believe in Media Molecule that they're going to take all these limitations, throw them out the window eventually, down the road.
No, keep that in.
Yeah, like, it's so much fun just to play with. I want to encourage everybody who hasn't picked up a copy. It's $30 fucking. They actually just leaked the release date. It's going to be in February. The full price game is going to be $30, same price. It's just so that you can play the creations people make alone, or so that you can come in here and start just making shit like this. Like, you don't need to make a game. Just come in and play. This is fucking fun.
Funny.
So anyways, all right, so that's pretty much the only things that I've come across that I'd like to. I think the sculpting tool in general just needs to a little bit, as amazing as it is, there's some clear, kind of confusing limitations that it feels like they just haven't gotten around to, is my main thing. Let me show you real quick another thing I've learned. I know very little logic so far, but this is what I know. You take...
So currently purchasing the beta means you will get the full game.
Yeah, you get the full game. Let's make a little red sphere. And this is just the simplest logic that I know, but I'm taking tutorials. And there's this guy who's amazing, Jimmy Jules or Johnny Jules or Jimmy Jules, who's does his show's called Short Circuits, and he has this series of logic tutorials. He's brilliant. He's so well organized, and the way he lays it out for you is so concise, and he gives you a goal to work towards as he goes. What am I doing here? All right, out of sculpting mode, go into your gadgets. So gadgets, I'm only learning like the very basics so far. So let's take this sphere and make it blink. But don't let it just make it blink. Like, you know, when you make things glow? So make it glow at random intervals so it looks like it's a blinky light.
Ooh.
Like on, like, say, a panel of, like, a machine or something like that.
And it will say, like...
No, I'm not going to make
Merry
it say
Christmas.
anything, but you could maybe. So I learned, let me hope I can do this right. So here's a timer. Okay. So this is a little gadget. You don't need to snap it onto it. You don't need to. You could, but you don't need to.
Okay.
You could go like this so that you just keep it. But anyways, open it up. So here's a timer. And all this thing is doing, if I press play on the timeline, it's counting to whatever you set in the top slider. So this is just over time, and it counts up to 5 seconds. So I want it to count up to like maybe half a second or something. I guess I can go like that. So right now, all it will do is just count up to half a second, and then it stops, and that's all it does. So when it stops, when this reaches here, here's an output node, a little output thingy, and I want this will get triggered when it goes there, I guess, I think, if I'm right, and I want it to send a signal somewhere. I could just hook it into the, so here's the info for the sphere. Here's its power node down there.
Okay.
That just turns it off and on and off, which is what I was like. That just turns it, like, makes it invisible or not, or, you know, whatever. I don't know what's happening there, why it's blinking on and then off. Probably has something to do with how I plugged this in. I don't fucking know. But right now, if you go like that, it turns on after half a second. That's all that's happening there.
Okay.
But it's actually turning on before half a second, because I think that this is sending itself out. It's triggering before it hits its completion. Oh, I don't know what I'm doing. Anyways.
Are you gonna come up?
Yeah, why is it triggering before it hits the end?
You wanna come up?
Your wire is sending the current time. Oh, how do I get the timer complete node? Yeah, that's what I read there, and I kind of knew this was gonna happen. Set the target time. I want it so that it only sets the end. You want to check the mark at the bottom. Oh, thank you. Timer finish signal. Deleted. Okay, so here's the timer finish. This will send a signal out when the timer completes. So if you put it into the power on that, thank you. So yeah, this is like less than kindergarten level. This is like toddler learns to put food in its mouth level. So there, it turns on after half a second. But I don't want that. I want it to blink So I take away this little fucking doodad, and I make it so that once completed, so this says timer finish signal. I want that to go to, I guess, timer start again, and this is the play, start timer.
Okay.
So once completed, now this timer is just hooked into itself. It sends a signal out from timer finished and goes into timer start. Start timer. So if I play, it should... What did I do wrong?
It's not playing anymore.
Yeah, it doesn't want to play anymore. It needs to start. It will only start when it finishes, but it hasn't started yet. How do I start it? You still need to connect the wire to the object? Well, you need to put the timer finished pulse output to the restart timer input. There's a restart? Oh, okay, reset timer. So don't put start. Put it in the reset. There. Oh, that's easier. Yeah, I was putting into the start. I guess it starts automatically if you didn't put anything into the start, but if you put something into the start, then it requires the condition to be met. All right, so now I have to timer this feeding into itself and restarting itself every time it reaches half a second.
Okay.
So then, I'm so nervous because I really don't know. Get a randomizer? And then you're supposed to get a, yeah, I think it's a randomizer. And I guess every time it's finished, I want it to go into input or randomize. No, this one. I want this one. Random output. So if you look at the randomizer, it's going to select between A and B. So what if I just hit A and put it into the power for this? So A's hooked in, so A turns it on, but B doesn't. And you can also tell it true random. This is avoiding repeats.
Okay.
True random. Sometimes it's on, sometimes it's off. This is all random. So like the B sends a signal to nothing. The randomizer is just getting a signal from the timer every half second to give me a random output. And this is selecting A or B. And sometimes it selects A twice in a row, sometimes B 5 times in a row. It's all truly random. And so let's bring the timer down to like, make it a really blinky. Make it, now it's a really blinky light,
cool.
see? And say I don't want it turning on as much, just add a C. How do I add a C to the thingy? Oh, because it's up here, how many ports? Now there's a C port. So now it's gonna be off more than it is on.
Oh, fuck yeah. Dude.
Yeah. And then you can like, to make the light, the fucking thing glow, you just go like this. Now it's a glowy light that blinks on and off. Now it's a Rudolph nose.
Christmas.
And then you go into play mode, and this is my brilliant creation. It's a randomly blinking light.
Sugoi ne?
She thinks I'm cute.
She thinks so cute.
It's cuck dear. 9,000. Anyways, that is literally how shit. But look at some of the logic people have.
Save it! It's a blinking light!
I'll put that into the Dreamosphere. There, I saved it. So I didn't save my other creation. I did it with like 5 lights and had like a panel that was blinking like intermittently, like
Dude.
looking like it was.
You
This is all
learned
just
so
learning.
much in the last week.
It's because I've been like sitting up here just
I know,
like tinkering
I literally
all day.
have not seen Fraser for like fucking days.
So let me go to.
That all kind of reminds me of how I did like to code. Like whenever I was working at the office and I had to do some coding. Mm-hmm. It's fun, like fucking it up and then being like, okay, why is it not working?
I like what code does. What I don't like is the code itself. I like logic, not code. Logic, if I'm saying this right, logic is like what code does. Code is the shit that like, it's like, I don't know what analogy to give it. It's like, the logic is the fun shit. The code is just the fucking dirty work. Yeah. I hate it.
Oh my god, and organizing it so that it's like
so this
open and
is essentially coding they've taken away the code though, and they've just made it the connections. And code
Right.
works like that. You make a block of code and connect it to another block by making they call upon each other, but it's all in this linear page line. Like, it's so unintuitive, and only robotic weirdos can understand it. This,
I mean, it's fucking hard, yeah.
this, like, it's taking all that away and putting it into a 3D space so you can organize it. Like, let me look up some other people's. Here's some tools that I've saved just to show some other cool stuff people have made. Creators Toolkit, easy to use logic collection. So people are like creating these little collections, but I won't understand any of them. Actually, one of the most complicated looking logic creation. Oh, I don't know where it is now. There's a Mario character that had so much logic built into it. I don't know where to. What is this? Get floor surface type. Here's how you can wire things up, and like you can organize the wires on a circuit board so they don't have to all be floating in the space. Because stuff on a circuit board is the same as wires out in the creation.
Like how you created it.
Yeah, like it can be anywhere you want. Simple logic.
Helper.
Positional fat wires. So like you can split, you can put combine things and stuff. It's
Beautiful.
It's incredible. What they've done is incredible. Look at this. Randomly created dungeon somebody created. How do I generate a new rooms? Oh, you have to go to the exit to generate a new room. So this guy. So
Run this way, okay.
So as soon as I go at the exit, it's going to generate a new floor. And I've seen a couple of these concepts generating randomly generated stuff. So it's just a series of random selectors, and he created a bunch of stuff. He created a bunch of elements and made them appear randomly whenever you re-trigger it. People have made randomly growing trees and stuff. And one question I have for the dreams experts out there, I think I put the trees under concepts. Oh, I don't know. Here's some cool concepts.
Go boy, Rediger.
Here's a guy that has been creating randomly generated racetracks. This isn't randomly generated, but I just think there's a cute concept, this little track here. Let me go to his name, though, because he did create a randomly created track of stuff.
We need Excite Truck.
Where did he put that? Easy access to stuff I've done. That's convenient. Concepts, games.
Oh wow, this is so organized.
Easy car. Where did he put that? Randomly generated houses? I haven't even seen this. So those, in the case of randomly generated trees, guys, what I noticed was, when I looked at, I don't know, you probably know what creation I'm talking about, even though I can't seem to, I've misplaced it. I guess I could just search outside of my creations, browse, I could search trees. How does a creator keep those randomly generated trees? Because if you look at the, yeah, here they are. So say, whoa. Anyways, it generates them. I'll go to edit mode, remix mode. Let's call this a fucking, I don't know, a sculpture. And what if I want to save the randomly generated trees? Because if you look at the thermometers on that, they're like getting right to being pushed to their limit on the logic side. And here's his logic up here for it. Who knows what he's doing? Oh, he's got Halloween. Take that out. Oh, this is all just music up here. So he's randomized his music that appears. Anyways, if I press play.
It's okay, buddy.
So I pressed pause. Now, as a creator, say I want this randomly all the trees I randomly generated there for my creation.
Triangle for info.
Because if you go to the thermometers here, oops. Like, you can see how slowly my imp's moving.
Yeah.
It's not the graphics, it's the gameplay. So the logic is off the charts because of what is required to grow these trees. So the tree generation is clearly just something that is used by it shouldn't, I mean, you could toss it into a game to make a randomly generated trees, but it's clear that like just 6 trees like pushes the game to its limits. As a creator, what if I just want to generate some trees in my level and then I want to freeze them? I don't want the logic, I don't want the randomly generated trees anymore. I want those generated trees and I want to place them in my, how do you do that? Because I don't know, I just don't know how to do that. You could just grab the sculpts, could you? Something to play around with. Because I remember also seeing a cool thing on a blog that people were creating in order just to make organic looking scenes happen, natural looking scenes happen. They created like just like a ground with a bunch of pebbles on it. You could sculpt and like try to get your human mind to place pebbles randomly, which is impossible. You'll never be random. You'll try to make it look random. But then I saw this guy, like he created a cup of pebbles. Because remember, you can play these creations as you make them. The physics can be active. Check this out. Like, grab this character. I'll place. So anyways, he takes this cup of pebbles and scatters them on the ground. And the physics just like knocked them around. They're knocking off each other. And then, yeah, so how do you take that and then freeze all those pebbles where they are? Because if you reset time, they're going to go back in the cup.
Yeah. I don't think you can do the save the trees since they're created during gameplay.
Yeah, there's got to be a way, though.
Can I have some water?
If there's not a way, there might be eventually.
I know.
Thank you. All right, so you take, like, this is just an example of like how fucking cool. Like, I'm just in here. I could be like editing these dudes. I could be adding like fucking cone boobs onto them. Like,
yes, please.
Like this, or just one cone.
Okay.
Anyways, so the point is, I'm in here and I'm creating. If I start time, like these guys, I can move them. I'm playing as I create. I just tossed him into the air. Like, the physics are active. What system out there allows you to, like, I know there are like coding systems that let you test as you work, but I don't think to this extent where you're actually playing. They've designed a system where the game is the creation tool. It's incredible.
Yeah, like they have a certain amount of...
I know there's probably a better way to make a floor, but I don't know how yet. I'm not good.
Fuck, what was I gonna say? Oh, there's a certain amount of physics already built in. And logic already built in, which is very cool.
Look at this.
Wow!
Like, that's fucking crazy.
Oh, fuck. Some of them are dying.
So yeah, if I use this method to like knock some shit around, and I want to keep them where they were, yeah, I'm sure there's a way to save it. Because otherwise, why did I see that thing online where a guy put all this set? It was listed online as like easy way to scatter stones or something. There must be a way to save where the stuff ended up landing. Maybe you just move it slightly and then it maybe saves. I think if you move them or just grab them, it resets their position. There you go. I just came up with the same solution as Ratty said it. Yes, that must be it. All right, I've yammered enough. I don't know a lot of things yet, but I've been tinkering and it's a lot of fun. I've been so inspired by this and I want to make games now, and maybe that's going to become a large part of this show, is me tinkering and coming up with games and maybe making them with you guys.
Ooh.
One of the things that I had, like, that I talked about on the show was making a WarioWare type game. And the reason I thought of that is because you've got all these great concepts people have made. And if you could just string them all together and make them, like, kind of cohesive, like, with a style, or, like, the style doesn't even need to be cohesive. WarioWare was never, like, its style was all over the map.
Yeah.
But that was the fun of it. Mainly, you just need like some rule set. Like, how long does the example last? How long do you stay in the experience before you move to the next one? What is the goal? And definitely, you need, the reason WarioWare worked is because the control scheme wasn't complicated.
Right.
You just had like,
everything was so basic.
because on the DS it was just touch touch the pad. On the Wii, it was like basically waggle the stick and press the trigger.
Yeah.
There was never much else.
Yeah.
Maybe did they have like maybe one other button that you could press sometimes? Like maybe, I don't know. But the point is, like, look at this. This is a cool concept. You can actually, what I like about this one is his light speed. As soon as you press, where does it say light speed? R2 plus circle. You put this effect in. You put in a blur effect. This literally feels like Rebel Galaxy or something. Like,
that's cool.
That could be a mini game in a WarioWare title, though. And so many of these games, this one isn't, but so many creators have been so generous with this guy. This is a concept because
Create a critter.
I was wondering whether you could make custom-made characters in a playable game. We know that we can custom make a character as a creator.
Right.
But can you make a game where you can change the outfit of the character, change the head shape, have a character creator, and then play it, and then you can play it or whatever. It's just a concept. I thought that, unfortunately, this concept's not fully fleshed out. I thought that this guy would, what he's done here, you press trigger on something and it just gives you the shape to place.
Gotcha.
With the imp. And what I would like to see, though, and then if you press play, it just has that part on him. In fact, no matter where you press, no matter how many of these shapes you get, once you press play, they just stay where you placed them. But it's an interesting concept. It shows that, like, as a playable experience, you could make a selectable thing where maybe these do show up where they're supposed to, and maybe also like tag things as head. And if you choose one head, it makes the other one go away. Right now, you just can have infinite heads and stuff. So this is just a concept, but it's cool that that's there.
Yeah.
But so many creators have been so generous with making everything remixable, which is awesome.
I think that's so cool about Dreams. Mm-hmm. So many people are protective of what they've done, which makes sense.
This is just, I'm using R2 and L2 to widen these. I don't know if this is an old style. This is probably some old style, like, Finnish game. I don't know why Finnish. I just figured they're the most bored. Don't tell. This is fucking awesome. Don't telltale. So, if I reset it, or rewind. Oh, what? I have to go into the view mode and go to the beginning. It's funny because, like, as you start to tinker with this, you start to realize how difficult some game concepts are while others are easy. Telltale, while I respect, like, the branching paths and stuff, but the convergence at the end of these branching paths makes it clear how easy a Telltale game is logic-wise, or like concept-wise. It's just like, if you look at this is just branching paths and you just make a bunch of scenes. And yeah, that's a lot of work, but it's just, it's actually not that complicated when it gets down to it, though, besides the writing complications.
Right.
It's just choose a scene, branch it off. What's hard, a hard concept, is what I was talking about, like triggers and stuff, like having an RPG where you trigger something, and the game knows that if you go back to this other character 3 towns back, that they know that you talked to that character, or maybe if multiple conditions have been met, like you had to talk to 3 different guys and stuff like that. Having all that happen is a lot harder. Anyways, what does this say? Don't mind the walk. My niece, LOL. Oh, so this guy, it says on his description, I wanted to prove to my niece that this was possible. That a Telltale game was possible in Dreams. So you can get out of the way. This is the good ending. Wow, that was close. Goodbye. Or... Get down! I'm not going to get out of the way this time.
I like the walk.
The fucking physics of the guy down here. The end. I think this guy made a whole bunch of cool stuff. That's the same guy that made the little racetrack and the random generation stuff. So I'm starting to collect stuff. Here's my favorite thing right now is characters. And so I've been putting together a collection of characters. Hey guys, in a collection like this, how do I... I'm going to keep that.
No.
How do I zoom in? How do I get closer to the... One time by mistake, by accident, I got close. And it was a really great way to browse through.
What did you ask?
How do you... Right stick? Oh, fuck me. All right. This is one of my favorite guys so far that I found.
I love this guy.
And
His foot foley is fucking on point.
I think we did a disservice to Dreams the first few shows. They were fun, but like we were just looking through and I was specifically wanting the derpiest creations. But once you start to look at really, truly fleshed out characters and like that talented people put together, not saying the people that made the derpy things weren't talented, but like it's clear that Dreams is a incredible system, a full-fledged game creation. Like you're gonna see people making shit that you are like, that was made in Dreams, like holy fuck. And that's, again, that shouldn't even be a disparaging remark, but people are gonna, because of the derpy ones that everybody's seen, they don't expect stuff to come out that is super high quality like this. So here's one guy. So you see the seams in his tail. I think on the PS5 version, you're going to see those seams go away and they're going to allow shapes to blend into each other on the fly.
Wait. Can you pick it apart?
Yeah.
Fraser did actually show me this one, and I thought it was just so fascinating.
Yeah, the fact that this guy made this like remixable, that's incredible.
Yeah.
Like he put so much work into this and he's letting anybody use it.
Yeah.
And I'm not against people who don't want their stuff to be used, but I respect it so much when people... What is this thing, guys? These little red things I see... What the fuck? How'd I lose it? I see these every so often. I can't even select it. These little nodes. These little... Sometimes they have strings drawn, too. Anyways. Yeah, you can go into this guy and pick him apart. These are his eyelids that he animated so he can blink randomly. You can go into the head, take away these shapes.
So this is how Fraser learns. He
picks things apart.
Yeah, finds things and then dissects them.
Once you dissect them, you can really start to learn what's going on. Like, so...
All of those are like individual...
Yeah.
Specs.
And the reason this gets cut off as it moves out is he put a big crop square around the entire thing. And you can only see it if you grab the edge that a thing is cropped. Grabbing a crop shape is extremely hard, and I hope they're going to update that in the systems eventually to make it easier. Yeah, like it's even...
Show them the ribs or like...
Yeah, they're right here. Yeah, that's just the top of the mouth that blends in with the mouth.
That's what I thought was so cool.
Yeah.
Like, you don't notice things like that whenever you're looking at a full sculpture. And like the tongue, all the little pieces of the tongue. But whenever it comes together, it's just so beautiful.
Like, remember, you can, like, at any time, I think I know how to do this. Let me see here. If I create this action recorder. Okay. Now I can go like, okay. How did I get into the, where I was making this? Oh, there. Oh. Okay. I don't think I did that very well, but now I stop recording, press play. All of that's animated. And I could do it a lot more naturally. Yeah, that's like him in a battle ready. Like, and I could like edit this so he's just sitting there like in a like Final Fantasy type setting where he's like getting ready to fight you or something. It's incredible. And most of that animation was just the physics, the jiggle of like his different stuff. And all of that's in there. Like I can show you that stuff too.
The red thing is an indication that logic is affecting an object. Sometimes an object that is in a weird position.
Interesting. It's just like a letting you know that...
It means a microchip is connected to an object, but it is offset. But it's offset.
I see. That makes sense then. How do I, where are the thingies that, where's the bones, the tools for moving limbs? Are they, oh, there they are. There they are.
Connectors.
So you have to select connectors in order to see connectors, which is also just a little UI thing. So here's his elbows and stuff.
Cool.
And if you turn on visibility here, I want to view X-ray. There we go. So that's all the parts that makes him wiggle and stuff. And it's easier than you think. It's like, it's obviously it's complicated, but like it's not that. You can see them all moving.
Is this what you tried to do during one of the streams? Did
Yes.
you try to do connectors? Yeah.
So if you go into it, you can show that like he's got like springiness, how much springiness to have. If I turn that like all the way down, I think if we play this, you'll see. Yeah. So now it's just floppy. You can make it the springiness high, so it's not going to move as much. There's lots of fucking tightness is different than springiness. You can change its limits, its range of motion. It's so cool. Anyways, let's look at some other people's creations here, because this is fun to see stuff. I love this one. Cute little character.
The walk is so cute.
Yeah, and you can edit that walk. This is something I haven't really shown on the show, or that I haven't really played too much with. You go into the character until you see this is its logic here. Okay. So I guess you can, I think is the logic controls things like its blink animation and anything else it wants to do. This can get extremely complicated. Like,
Run was up there.
Yeah, I think what I want though, here's the puppets. This is separate. This is baked in, and I think eventually Media Molecule will make this customizable as well. Right now, they've just got some preset types of, like, here is what a puppet is to them. And they're gonna, right now it's humanoid. Mm-hmm. And this includes a whole bunch of different feels and animations that they've added to a humanoid puppet. So we can say that we want her to be, let's see here, increase her arm vigor. So you can lower the vigor. So these are all pre-made animations that we can't access. Media Molecule has made all these, and they're all like by various sliders. You can figure out how to lean lag. Oh, that's how quickly she starts to lean forward when she starts to move. Lower body movement. You can make her T-Rex tread, which I think gets, when on the downward footfalls of your puppet will be like those of a gigantic creature. So yeah, I think eventually they're gonna make it so that we can like change all these and have sliders for animations. You can animate it yourself, but you have to do it frame by frame and stuff per character. Whereas, well, not frame by frame, but you have to do it skatiness, which is like the sort of slidiness of the feet. Oh, that's slidiness. Then there's skatiness, which is to mute the walk animation as it gets faster to, okay. So the faster it goes.
I mean, there's a ton of toggles in here.
There is. Lean strength. Doesn't seem to be affecting her that much. Bicycle feet. Yeah, she doesn't seem that affected by a lot of these things, and it's probably because of her simplistic body sway. Lumberingness. If it was a larger creature, again, she's got such a small body that you can't really see the lumberingness happen. Stiffness and stuff. Yeah, most of these things aren't.
Aww.
Yeah, it's super cool. Right now, everything's based around the default blank puppet, but since there's a puppet interface, I have a feeling we'll get, the tools to build a custom puppet eventually with baked in animations. I think it's with Media Molecule, it's just a matter of time. Mm-hmm. They're going to make everybody be able to do everything. I have faith. And they say that they want this to last they want Dreams to be forever.
Wow.
And they want to take it beyond the PlayStation 4. They said they want it to be on other systems. Like, and it's surprising to hear them say that, being such a tied at the hip Sony company. They didn't rule out it being on PC eventually or something. This guy's pretty cool.
Oh. Yeah, it's cool knowing a little bit more about it now. Like, you understand how he got the bigger gate and the lumbering movements. Look
at what they've done. Like, you can barely see any seams on this guy, and that's all because of the nature of the design, because of the ruffle in the clothes at the elbow. They made it so that you can't see where the elbow really bends that much. Like, you can't tell that this guy is a Dreams-like puppet, really, without the ability to have... He clips through his own coat. There is a way to add physics to objects so that they bounce off of them, off of the character itself.
Instead of clipping through?
Instead of clipping through. But it's... I mean, I wouldn't put it beyond this creator to do something difficult, but it is difficult because the interactions can get a little crazy, and I know that the weight of the object can also affect the puppet itself. You can have something attached to him so heavy that, like, he's leaning and stuff. There's a cute humanoid type character. Oh, there's two of them. One doesn't have clothes on.
Wow, she's really analyzing her.
Yeah, they're set to, like, look at the active player, so they're both looking at each other and following. This one also does a pretty good job of not really... Oh, you can... Depends on the lighting, whether you see the seam in the elbow or not. For now, we just have to, like, either design characters where the seams aren't seen. Oh, they've put... Look at her knees on the undressed model. Oh, yeah. There's a ball in there to make the seam look less obvious. There's a ball joint for the knee.
Snaps.
And then the dress is dynamic. It's all, like, 3 parts. Flowing like that. And with that dress, obviously, like, you know, you're like, but what if I don't want a dress that looks like it's like got folds like this one does? It's like, you can't, sorry. That's a limitation for now. You just have to work around it. And that's why, like, this guy, he designed a character where it worked around it.
Yeah.
This guy right here, I grouped his all together. It makes some weird looking characters.
Yeah, that one. Whoa.
No boob jiggle, though.
That chewing
gum walk. He's, there's this one here. Yeah, right? Where's... I think he made this one, too. This one's pretty cool, cartoony looking.
Oh, that's cool. Her Medusa hair looks like balloons.
Yeah. Oh, Dios mío. What was the other one? This same person made this cute little duck that I think might be around. Well, I guess I could just go into their name. I think it was this guy. Yeah, this one's cute.
Aw, you're so pure. Oh, that's cute.
I'm not doing that. That's randomly generated anytime.
Really?
And just occasionally she'll take pictures of herself. This reminds me, I need to make a Dreams deck for sure.
Yeah.
Oh.
Goodbye.
This guy's got a lot of stuff. What's this? With these cute characters combined with those, like, other ones, I'm, like, worried where things are gonna go.
Yeah, right?
I think this is just a scene, nothing much to it. Oh, there you go, there's some boobs. Their name is Magic Burn Victim.
Oh.
A little obscene I made. Get your hair done at the salon and try to get all 7 hairstyles. Oh. Wait, what? You can actually do something? I need to try to get a hairstyle.
Idle animations add a lot of life, yeah.
Which chair do I get in? if I can do this. Oh, there's the thing.
Ooh.
Like, think about the games that could be made in this. You could do so much crazy crap.
She sat differently that time.
My goodness.
You're beautiful.
Yeah.
The blinking adds a lot too.
Animation is one of the things that takes the most time and is the hardest to do right, I think, and that's going to be the key to making dreams look professional. Or you just make dreams that don't involve animation. I mean, look at Phoenix Wright. It barely had any. You can make games like that, which reminds me of a type. I want to make a Phoenix Wright-like game in dreams.
Yeah.
Wow, these are really well done. These
Yeah.
are cute hair. And that's jiggle.
Wow.
I want to see them all.
Well, we've gotten 4 of the 7.
So, how would you be able to do this, say in an RPG, where this is like a 8-hour RPG, and you want the player to be able to come in here, change their hairstyle, and it lasts through the game? Obviously, you could save all of the hairstyles in the character itself and just make them disappear, just like I was showing with the face. How
Right.
you have different styles of face. You could have hairstyles, so that hairstyles would all be saved in the character, but they either are there or not, depending on this thing generating them. That's probably what's going on here. But that would probably add a lot to the... Do invisible things affect the graphics? Can you have I guess that's what I'm wondering is can I have tons of geometry hidden away in the character, but if they're not, invisible things are in memory. So yeah, that could probably affect the slider. So over an 8-hour game and a very customizable character, you'd be adding a huge limitation to your game's capabilities by having a customizable character. Unless there was a different way to customize the character. How could you maybe call upon geometry to save and disappear persistently throughout the game?
We've
don't
gotten
know.
4 hairstyles only.
I'm good.
Okay. Guess you didn't really want, I guess technically 5.
I wish they'd made that remixable. Let me look at the genealogy of this, and maybe there's parts that are remixable. So I'd love to see more of how it works. Can I remix this? These are just versions. There's the genealogy. There's the music. Similar creations. Yeah, you can't, unfortunately, even though this guy allows most of his stuff or her stuff to be remixed, you can't do this particular one. I'm always disappointed when I can't. Oh yeah, this is a weird one. It's a nun.
Weird.
I fucking love the weird shit. The weird shit's what it's all about. I want
The weird stuff.
Thunder Humor to make a game in this, but I know they have their own studio making their own game that they're programming, but I want to let them loose in something like this. Look how well designed this is.
It really is.
And I can use this character in my stuff.
Look at those. Oh, fuck. His knees are going to break.
I love the lean back kind of.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, I followed and liked that character creator. This one is fucking cool.
God, how long would shit like this take to make?
I could imagine once you get the skills down, once you get if you're not a person who's a perfectionist and is constantly tweaking one little part of it over and over, if you just wanted to get something done, you could make this in an hour. The rigging though would take a lot more time. That would add another hour or two if you're really good. If you're not fighting with the menus like I'm constantly doing, but I think a talented person could whip shit like this together in a couple hours.
That's crazy.
especially if they're not being a perfectionist. It's the things with like creations like this that takes time is like fucking tweaking it forever when you just want to get something just how you want it. Like that thing's awesome.
That is really cool. I love the way it moves.
What else has this guy made? Look at this. I haven't even seen some of this stuff.
I'm not a talented person.
But you will become talented if you just start playing.
Quiet has been playing.
Oh.
You'll get there. Holy shit.
Hey, the thumbnail showed the predator though. All right, do I have to possess it first? Oh wow, this is animated. It's not just a sculpture thing. The camera's unfortunately a little janky, so I'm gonna remix it. Take away the camera. Because that's another thing, you can like program how the camera acts. Yeah, the predator just disappeared before it even began. Why? Press play? Where's he going? Huh.
Holy shit, that's really well done. Yeah.
This is all rigged. Like, this is incredible.
Yeah.
Look at the tails all going.
Remember when we used to own one of those?
What?
The, like, alien
An alien?
thing? Yep.
Did we?
Yep. We had all kinds of shit, dude. We had 3 of them. They were from the packs.
Of course we did, I'm sure. Yeah.
The shit we had.
These are incredibly detailed. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll save that.
Yeah.
It's incredibly well done. And with the right lighting and everything like that, could look as good as the not so great Alien game that came out. This is a puppet. Oh my god. So it's flying. Yeah, I don't think he's done all the animations yet for it. That's great though.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Look at all the little hairs on him and stuff.
Yeah.
Meh. It's so, but that's the other thing too, is like as a creative, this isn't just a game built into a creation tool built into a game. It's also built into its own ecosystem and creative, like, you know, curated. And if you're feeling not creative, jump in and start playing with people's stuff and fucking with them. Mm-hmm. Oh, he's definitely making an Alien game, this guy. Yeah. Fucking around with their stuff and just browsing their stuff and getting ideas.
Yeah.
And I like that Dreams encourages, you know, what? Encourages using other people's ideas.
I love
like,
that, yeah.
Everything is a remix in real life, even if you're not literally grabbing from a... Nobody could say that they made anything truly original. Truly original.
Yeah.
You can do things that like are avant-garde or like try to shake things up, the meta especially, what's currently being done, but everything's a copy. Mm-hmm. It's how you put those copies together that makes it original.
There's apparently a really good Sackboy.
I've seen a few good Sackboys. Look at the zombie pig. The way he moves. And the controller controls his...
Oh my god. It's a funky dance. Show me how you do it.
Man, he's made some cool stuff. Like, yeah, you could just... I want to see what that... I don't want to leave anything behind. What was that thing? What? What? Oh, it's just a sculpture. Just a sculpture.
Beautiful.
What are some other ones? This one's called Cat Girl Carrying Cats.
She sure is. Oh my god. Look at that frilly
amazing.
dress.
And then I want to see what other things this person's done. Oh yeah, this is a pretty good game called You've Gotta Be Kiddin' Me.
Oh my god.
Peter Weller talked about that when making Robocop's movements were copying a stone golem.
Oh, the cats are probably starving.
Because she's late.
They act a bit silly when they don't get fed on time.
He's angry. I don't know if you guys can see that.
Oh, I can see that.
So it's just a simple, like...
Where the heck are my cats?
This one's just a fun little... I haven't played it too far, but you just walk around and look at stuff, and... Now that's true art. Looking into its stoic gaze fills me with stalwart resolve. I use this bookshelf for all the books I buy, and then I never read. I have an addiction. Oh, a cat toy. Received toy mouse. This could help me use Find My Cats.
She has 5 fucking cats.
I found this on the side of the road marked free. Who could bear to throw away this much purple? So much purple conveniently located inside a neat wooden frame. Priceless. I used to own a pink umbrella with a big floppy cat ears, but one day the ears caught in the wind and blew away. The police told me it was moving fast enough to tear through metal. Apparently, if I wanted to buy another cat umbrella, I'm going to have to register it as a deadly weapon. Speaking of deadly weapons, received a katana. You never know when you'll need a sword. Like, this is just a simple experience. Walk around and poke things, but writing is what makes things what they really are. It really just comes down to the writing. And game design, I guess, too, but... I think I have some spare keys in here, but the door keeps getting jammed. Use katana. Oh, my sword. Cat Damon? Oh my god. How did you manage to get stuck in there?
Oh,
What do you have in your mouth? Received bedroom key. How did you get this? I'm so confused.
Poor Cat Damon.
That's his walk animation.
Oh my god.
Alright. I usually lock my bedroom and keep my cats out during the day. I usually don't lose the key. Use the bedroom key. 1 of 5 cats found. In your face, disorganized past me. Competent present me is here to kick your butt. I believe. A perfect blend of pop culture references and cats. I plan my room's decor around this poster. So one thing you could do with this, one of the problems I'm seeing here is that every time you zoom into things, she's in the way. You could tell the game to make her disappear when things are zoomed in. Look at this. I always kick this giant plushie off the bed before I go to sleep.
No, cuddle with it.
It's more a feature plushie. It really brings out my room aesthetically together. I had a sweet UFO lamp since I was a kid. It hasn't changed in 16 years, just like my maturity. Oh, is that the living room key? Why do you lock so many rooms in your house? Oh, no. It's not the living room key, doofus. That's funny. Oh my god. Perculpoirot? Is this a reference I'm not getting? Perculpoirot. You're stuck on my wardrobe again? I thought we were over this. Persist. I like your catitude. Look at the cat face on that. It's a cat face on a cat's face.
That's fucking weird.
Maybe the internet can help me through this trying time. I can't remember my password. I'm sure I wrote it down somewhere.
It's an Agatha Christie character/story.
I bought this laundry basket the moment I saw it. It gives me nightmares. I would get rid of it, but then I wouldn't have a cat-shaped laundry basket. I'm trapped in the prison of my own creation.
We found 2 cats, though.
Why would I lock my bathroom? Why would I do this to myself? Oh well. I might have left the key in the lounge room. Alright. Lounge room. This is weird. I don't know my locked living room. Alright. You lose me again, house. Let's keep in mind that Cat Damon locked himself in to the cupboard somehow. The pathfinding on Cat Damon means that he stays. I saw a concept on Dreams that shows accurate pathfinding logic for entities. So they will, and I saw the innards of it. The character leaves behind it an invisible trail of breadcrumbs, basically, that the entity that you want to follow follows.
Oh.
So it follows the same path.
Holy shit.
It was really a smart way to go about it.
That's wild.
This is where I keep all that good stuff. Prominently displayed so it increases the value of my house. And my nerd cred. Received chest key. I keep the key to the storage chest in the lounge room here as well, apparently. I mean, like, where else would I put it? Duh. Is that a puppy cat? It is puppy cat. I'll be rich when nerds rise to power. There's another cat. Mr. Cheeks! How do you keep getting stuck back there? It's honestly baffling. Maybe I can use something to lube you up and help you slip out. Maybe there's something in the bathroom. Okay.
So we have to figure out how to get that cat down and how to lube that cat up? Mm-hmm. I guess, okay. So it's not just a matter of finding them.
I bought one of those novelty hollow books with a secret compartment a while back. Maybe I put a spare key in there. The ultimate guide to spell checking your game. No way I'm ever gonna read this. No secret compartment in this book. Okay. There's an X on each one, but it looks like they all trigger the same thing. Oh, volume 12, never mind, they didn't. Oh, it's hollow. Phew. I was really worried I actually owned a book about bean hunting. I didn't read hollow books. Urban Bean Hunting, Volume 12. If only it was my urban bean hunting career over before it would have begun. This is great writing.
Yeah.
To do, eat pizza, I'm assuming? I bought this notice board to help me get more organized. It didn't help. Oh my gosh, I wrote my computer password on here. To do. Oh,
I'm so organized.
I'm so organized.
Eat pizza, play games.
Okay.
Man, I'm such a good adult. I got everything under control.
Except my cats. The kitchen's locked. All my ice cream is in there. And other important foods too, I guess. I need to get in here if I want to get my cats fed. The key might be in the lounge room. I might try to... Yeah, I don't know how to... I'm gonna need a ladder. Oh, password. Maybe the internet can help me. What was that? Of course, of course. You would jump down to stop me from using my laptop. Well, let's get you fed. That's how you get them down.
Amazing.
All right, come on, buddy. Yeah, they don't like they get caught on that door quite a bit. Oh man, why would I lock the lounge room? I'm coming for you, TV. We're gonna get through this.
Oh, fun.
Nice. I have a strict no cardboard box policy in this house. Otherwise, my cats would never use all this crazy cat stuff. Yeah, right. Because you'd build all that shit and then give them a cardboard box and they'd only use the box. This rug may contain more cat hair than rug at this point. I'm trying not to think about it. No items to pick up in this pot plant. I should really put a pair of scissors or something in here for the future. That's a picture of her with all her cats.
No, Mr. Cheeks.
Yeah, where's Mr. Cheeks?
Maybe Mr. Cheeks is new.
I might have a spare key to the kitchen in here. Emphasis on might. Use the chest key. Shout out to Keys for opening stuff. Augustus? Caesar? How? Why? Receive the kitchen key. Why do you have this? I give up. Augustus Caesar. Oh. I got this key already. I need to stop locking things in random chests. Whoa, look at that TV. Square style.
Damn.
Game controllers are so bad nowadays. When I say bad, what I really mean is that they're difficult to use well with 5 cats sitting on your lap. Companies must be losing so much money to not be appealing to the way too many cats demographic. Hey, Lucifer! Why are you hiding under the couch? Because of the lightning? Poor baby. Maybe I can coax you out with your favorite toy. Use the toy mouse. Come on, Lucifer. His tail. Good boy. That's a great tail.
Oh my god.
The cat physics are crazy. What was the... I still need lube?
Yeah.
And I have a lounge key now or a kitchen key?
Kitchen key.
Okay. One of the kitchens. Okay, use kitchen key. Excellent. I've restored access to my ice cream. I guess I can feed my cats now too. I've tried over 70 different brands of cat food. This is the only brand all 5 of my cats will eat. I like to imagine it's because of the name. Deep down, we all wish to be a pretty kitty. This is interesting. Don't Dream's cameras try not to go through things like that? Oh my god. With all the bowls.
Wow.
What do I need to do in here? Well, I guess I just need to pick that up, right? But I guess we don't have all 5 cats out yet, so it's not fair.
We need... Can you look in the fridge? We need a key for the bathroom so that we can get the lube.
Oops. Yeah, lube should be in the bathroom. One place to keep it.
Or right beside the couch.
Yeah.
To lube your hands up.
Yeah. These fuckers.
Oh my god. This is a well-designed house.
It is.
Where's our last key?
The lounge room. Which, this is the lounge. The other one's the living room.
Oh, is it in there? No, that's just our cat.
Didn't I pick up that key up there?
I don't know.
Is this not the lounge room? Maybe that's the ante room.
Ante?
I don't know. It's a fancy. I wanted to sound fancy.
We had a family room and a living room.
There we go.
Oh.
Believe it or not, this stuff came with the house.
No way.
I've been told that having cat toys built into the walls isn't a normal feature for a house, which is something I honestly don't understand. I'm buying a keyring tomorrow. This is a bit ridiculous. Man, I'm killing it tonight. Hang in there. Oh yeah, I'm rocking the heck out of this sweater.
Whoa.
Oh hey Soap, what's happening? My Monkey Island senses are tingling, so you're coming with me. That's years of point-and-click adventure games have trained my senses to a fine edge. I can feel my future need for this soap deep in my soul. So that's, oh, something about Guybrush. I may not have finished Monkey Island 2, but I definitely finished Monkey Island 1 with a walkthrough. I'm surprised we haven't done more point and clicks on this show. Maybe it's because point and click humor, for me to be enjoyable, the writing on a point and click has to be amazing. Monkey Island, I respect the heck out of it, but I've never even barely chuckled at Monkey Island humor. It's never been like something that I liked.
Yeah. We did not finish Broken Age.
Same goes for a lot of the LucasArts games. I respect them, but again, like at most, I'll just be like, huh. Like this game's better. How do you keep getting stuck? All right, so we're gonna soap them up. Use the soap. Come on, Mr. Cheeks, there we go. Mr. Cheeks, I love you.
That's a derp cat.
Yep. All right, is this all 5? I mean, they're not all here, but I want to do Frambo. Yeah. All cats accounted for. I wish this didn't happen so often, but at the end of the day, I wouldn't trade it for anything. Where's the 5th kitty? Oh, there he is, Mr. Cheeks. 5 of 5 cats, thanks for playing. Super cute.
That is adorable.
So I gotta make sure I follow this creator. So this is the same person that made Cat, the cat girl carrying cats. So I think there's gonna be a lot more stuff in their future. So this is an interesting way to do eyes. They painted on circles there, which is one of the easier ways if you don't want to be too complicated, like to animate eyes. I want to see more by this creator first, real quick. What do we got? What's this? Annoying people on the sidewalk to make money. Take to the streets under the tutelage of Grumpy Fox Raccoon Thing. The only thing standing between you and having slightly more money is your dignity.
Top 10.
Hey, kid. Kid, over here. Over here, kid. Look at his design. This is great. You look like a baker. You look like a baker. You look like you need dough. You need the dough, like you here to get that bread. I'm talking money, kid. I'm gonna help you get hands on more cabbage than you've held in your life. So everyone's selling something, right? Well, we're out here in the front lines, lubricating the wheels of society with these red hot nuggets of consumerism. Don't seem like much. Buns with guns, self-defense, literal trash, home shopping, looking sharp, gourmet cheese catalog, barely awake, hibernation destination, the pig deal, get rich quick.
Asterisk.
Asterisk. But if you give the right one to the right person, that's where the magic happens, kid. I love that he's got a fucking tracksuit.
Yeah.
Makes me want to do a Russian accent because he's got a tracksuit. Anyway, I'll pay you for the pamphlet if you get the right person. The faster you do it, the less mistakes you make, the more money I'll give you. Ready? Go! Look around. X to give pamphlets. Who wants the pig deal? Get rich quick. R1 and L1 to switch pamphlets.
That guy wants to get rich quick.
Oh, he likes it. Okay. How do I switch pamphlets again?
I don't know.
Uh-oh. Oh, there we go. R1. Buns with guns. So she's used some assets other people made here, which is great. That's cool. An awesome character. Buns with guns. You're a bunny.
You want guns?
Literal trash home shopping.
Oh, the rat.
Oh,
sorry,
literal
rat,
trash.
I feel like you might like this.
Oh, you have to be the front of them. Yeah, of course you can't give it to the back of a person. Looking sharp cheese.
There you go. Barely away. Yeah, take it.
It does. I feel like I'm actually doing this. Oops.
We need the literal trash. Oh, the pigs don't come, rats don't come around super often. Keep your eye out.
The way you have to run back and forth, like it looks like you're frantically like one of these pamphlet people.
Yeah. There, literal trash.
Thanks.
Yeah, sorry.
Fine, all right, whatever. This is kind of addictive.
Literal.
How much more time?
30 seconds, 35 seconds. You have a good combo going.
There's a combo multiplier?
Yep. Nope.
Damn it. Alright. Wow, that's a pretty good paycheck. Holy Stromboli! You got the touch, kid. If I had your natural talent when I was young, I'd be handing out pamphlets to royalty. That's a kid, I can't have I can't have someone with your talent on my turf. So if I ever see you handing out pamphlets in this town again, then me and the boys is gonna come pay you a visit.
Oh my god.
Now take your money and scram. Little Meow Maid, Harry Potter, literally Harry.
Oh my god.
This is
Holy
a great
shit,
creator.
That was great.
I think it's gonna get to the point where people are excited about the next like they're gonna be fans of certain
Yes.
creators and be like, oh my god, they made a new game, yes, and like
Yes.
be ready. And then I think people like this, if she had a Patreon and was regularly making games, I'd give it $1.
Yeah.
You know, like I think people could end up monetizing Dreams by making games
Oh man.
that people want to see more games of. An Evening at the Thirsty Seagull. 4 glasses max. Okay. Fill glasses. Okay. So you go over here. Oh, they want one. Thanks, matey. Anybody? I guess I could fill another glass while I'm waiting. Oh.
That guy really wants some, he's gonna get fucking pissed.
They're swearing?
Yeah, because you aren't giving them their drinks.
Once they're swearing, they don't want to drink anymore until they decide to order again. You know, that when you're pissed that they didn't come in time and you're like, I don't want any now. All right, now I want one again. Just fucking.
Ah, these guys down here are not drinking too much.
You know, you might not sit here and play this for hours, but like this is a great little, like, you know.
Oh, he's getting red.
Aw.
Oh, shit. Oh, this guy's getting pissed. Oh, they're getting fucking
Sometimes it's
red.
gonna happen. Look at the little coins on the ground.
Yeah.
It's a health bar for how many people you don't serve.
Yeah.
But this could be one little game in the middle of a bigger game or something.
Yeah.
Like you get a part-time job and like this is a scene.
Yeah.
And you string these together and you've got a full experience.
37 served so far.
I'm reminded of Final Fantasy III, where the opera scene, and that was like a complete little games sitting within the game. It was completely separate from like the rest of the RPG experience.
Uh-oh.
We got them all drunk, so that's good. Success. Am I involved? Oh, this is by how drunk you get them. This is your point counter at the end.
Oh,
letting
my
you know
God.
how good you did. I'm guessing. Like that's the point tally. Brawl score. Wow. This person is
That's cool.
this is pretty
Thumbs
inspired.
up. My God, that's so neat.
I need a bit more light on my face. I'm gonna have to tweak the lighting on future shows. Yeah, we're in a different spot than we usually are in the show here too.
Well, we're just moving, aren't we?
Yep. I'll be tweaking the lighting a lot. All right, that was great.
Mm-hmm.
How many games has this person made? So, what does the description say? Serve the grog, but don't let things get too rowdy. But you want things to. They're fucking with you.
Well, no, you don't want things to get too rowdy because the less rowdy it is. Like, once it gets to max rowdiness, that's when they all start fighting.
Oh, like the game ends once it's rowdy?
Yeah.
Oh.
So you don't want it to get
Look
too
how
rowdy.
cute this is.
That is so cute. Look at the colors. It's so beautiful.
This is the same person.
Wow.
What? They made this? Wait, that's by
No,
Putty.
Putty.
Oh, this is just a collection that they've made.
They didn't make that.
Okay, this is their
either.
collection,
Okay.
and they've created it so that they can use these assets, which is great.
Yeah, man, Christmas and dreams.
Well, I mean, there's one right there, I guess.
Yeah.
Cranky Badger by Momo Ferret.
You're a Scrooge. Aw, maybe he's not. He's got like a little scarf. He's festive. He's no Scrooge.
Momo
Take it
Ferret
back.
has done 2 characters, but... Okay, what else have they made? They made this? Chibi Anubis, a remix of Kitty by Work in Progress by another creator. Oh, it's the remix of their own thing. Because it's a remix of this. Okay, I see. Yeah, you can go deep dive, like go so
Ooh, yeah.
deep in this game. Oh my God.
I saw a woman running the other day. A woman.
Is this the one with all the kids that was?
With her hands behind her back.
Really?
But it was like this, and like not fast. But her arms were behind her back, so she possibly felt like she was going very fast. It's like, what? Come on.
All right.
Bless her.
Oh, there is another game here. Okay, here's the game that they've made.
Trippy
Cat
Daddy.
Pile. Load the cat. Oh, it's by 2 people.
Okay.
Drifty. So this person's been helping with the games. There's 2 people making these games. I wonder who's doing what. If you can look at credits.
Is there rule 34 of Connie?
Coney, the
Coney?
cone? I
Yeah.
bet. Okay, so I'm gonna play this. Cat Pile. Cat Cannon, 5 cat bucks. Well, I just happen to have just that amount. Okay. It's a pile of cats. That's supposed to be a pile of
Oh my god,
cats.
that's so funny.
That's so ridiculous. Burmese Cat Blaster, 12 cat bucks. My cat bucks are just going up over time. Is it? 36 cats. +1 cat bug. What is going on here?
Yeah, I don't feel like I.
What is the
quite
gameplay?
get it.
Maybe I should have read the description before I went in. I want, like, to pile up some cats, obviously, so I can progress.
It feels like just a time thing.
Yeah, and it's like a strategy to what you... Well, I want to increase the fire rate. There it goes. There's the pile. So derpy. Now I can climb them. You shouldn't pile cats. It's
No.
cruel. But I guess if you're a cat, then I don't know that the same morals apply. Oh my god. So you have to touch it and you get... Whoops. I'm not sure about the gameplay on this one, like what's going on, but it's cute. Load the cat cannons and build a pile of cats large enough to escape this strange room.
Right.
That's it. And look at the end, it's just like the whole place is full of cats, I guess.
That's funny.
Still, okay. So all right, moving on to some other ones. Look at this.
Oh wow.
This is called Wick. That's her name. She's a candle girl. She's made of dripping, like she's got wax.
Whoa.
Here's her match weapon.
What? What a cool character.
Turn on the high beams, it says. There we go. R1 to attack. That's a pretty good attack animation, actually. One of the problems I've seen in animation with characters is that the attack animations have too much wind-up. And that's what Dreams is doing to like give me a better understanding of game development and what designers have to put into it, because I realized as a player, when you press the attack button, you're not telling the character start your wind up. You're telling your character do
Hit
damage now.
Yes.
So that's a huge limitation as a game designer, that you have to make sure that you always create character animations that like look natural but also start doing damage right away.
Right.
Unless you're going to put into the game mechanic, pressing the button actually starts a wind up, then letting go hits,
course.
and that will make that feel good.
Yeah.
So what I've been noticing so far in Dreams, oh, that's a cute one,
Yeah.
is a lot of characters, a lot of people don't understand that concept yet. And a lot of characters, animations are really elaborate, and it's really shitty feeling as a player. You don't like it. Like, so that's a matter of time before like people just start to learn those concepts and those
Right.
design conventions that have been like no doubt being used by game developers for a long time.
I'm in love with that flame attack.
It's amazing. Like this person makes a few really cool things. There's I haven't looked at some of them, but here's another cute character, Kitsune Shinobi. D-pad up to do ninjutsu. D-pad right to do a greeting. Konnichiwa. R1 to attack.
It's a boy. If it went like that, girls should. Or like that, I think.
Wait a second. Miso soup is what the name of this person is. Oh, they've made this. This is one of my favorites. This is insane. Look at that.
Wow. That's beautiful.
And you can actually, I think I remixed this one. Yeah, you can see what they've done here.
Oh, man.
The lighting and stuff. That's interesting. Even with time paused, these are flowing. Why is that? I didn't think that was even possible. They're always animated. They're flex. Is that how flex work? Like paintings? They always animate? I have so much more to learn still. But yeah, this is just really fucking good. Lots of little lights here.
God, just the layers of trees.
I want to see the thermometer on this one. Oh.
21%.
That's interesting. I expected to be higher on graphics. So you could do a lot more with this scene, surprisingly.
Huh.
You can prioritize as a player higher resolution or higher frame rate. I prioritized frame rate. Doesn't seem to matter on the quality. Huh. Well, there was another thing there that I think, yeah. Just a mech.
Oh, that's very different. This person? Oh, that was your phone.
Yeah, a lot of people have lots of different styles.
What? That's so cool.
Might need new foot foley. The stealth mech. They're paintings with a physical option. It doesn't count as animation. Still, I'm surprised that you can't, like, that it doesn't stop ever. Rock sculpture. There's a lot of good stuff from this person. Can't wait to see more. That is like one of the coolest.
Yeah. 666 thumbs up.
Yeah, holy shit. I don't want to, oh shit, yeah, make sure I don't fuck around with that. But I think I've already thought, wait. Oh shit.
You can thumbs up it later.
Maybe later. What are some other ones? This one's cute.
Aww. Aww.
The glasses fall off randomly.
And she pushes them up. It looks like. Oh, damn, Granny.
Oops. That's awesome.
Very cute.
Diamond DNC. Oh, this is this person. Yeah, so this guy, you were talking about Christmas, eh? This guy's one of the most talented. This is the snowman I told you about.
Ah, yeah.
And you can use all of this guy's stuff.
Does it shoot holiday cheer in my face?
Look how
man, that's so cool.
It knows which tire, depending on the turn, to put
Smoke
under or snow slush.
Cool.
You can aim up with L. Oh, wow.
That's awesome.
So you can make a game with this guy if you want.
Yeah.
From what I've seen, would you guys agree that most of the game logic revolves around the characters, and that's how most games are going to be designed, is like attaching all the logic to the characters themselves, as opposed to some circuit board that sits within the scene? Obviously, scenes will still need their own logic for complicated games, for probably most games, but most of it is tied to the characters. If it's a game that involves characters, which 90% of games will. Cora the Pocket Mouse.
You're cute. Depends on the game. My character's logic takes up 30%.
You can barely see the seams on the tail. You can see them a little bit when and that's one issue with Dream's characters is, I guess you could tighten those attachers. I'm sure this person tweaked it to the point where they thought it was the best looking, but like you can see the parts as he jumps around that they start to separate a little bit, like just a little bit of air comes between them.
Between what?
The parts of the tail.
Oh.
Just occasionally.
Oh yeah.
And that's one issue. One thing with Dreams is like sometimes things feel floaty or like not tight. And I think that you can tweak things, but there's only so far I feel like you can go in Dreams. That's a pretty good head sculpt. Here's some characters.
What? Was there things moving around inside his brain?
Yeah, there's a jiggly bit of brain, just a little bit. Just one piece.
Cool. That's fun.
There's other ones here. This is a pretty cool guy. You can't possess this guy, so he was meant to be a baddie, I guess.
North Pole.
I think he may have actually...
Something.
Has he, like, so you can go in to the full credits. Used creation by a lot of different people. Really? Wow. That many people for this?
What the?
Really?
That doesn't make sense.
That doesn't make any...
There's a whole bunch for audio?
Yeah, that what? I mean, he did have some audio attached, but this is...
That much?
Doesn't make sense. I'm not sure why that... Yeah. So you can go to view, and then how do you get to the genealogy of a creation? I think the genealogy only shows up on scenes, not on elements.
Scroll to the right.
Of this? Oh, there we go. The genealogy, okay, interesting. There's not enough things here these aren't enough creations. I guess deep in these creations had more creators. I don't know. Yeah, the genealogy, like the tracking system for credit is amazing too. This is a good looking.
Ooh.
Love the style on this guy. Who made this? Oh, Diamond. This is the same dude that did the. Oh yeah, I interrupted myself before. This guy's made tons of Christmas stuff.
Yeah.
Here's his collection. You can use all these things.
Holy
and
shit.
He made this scene with it.
Aww. That's so great.
It is. If you look in here, he's got like.
It's a snow llama.
He's got all kinds of parts you can add to your scene. He's got the tearaway guy. Oh, tearaway was great.
Yeah, man, I love this. Like, it's so similar to Minecraft, how, like, so many people have such different strengths. So, like, you could be someone who really loves doing music, and you can contribute that to dreams. Or if,
I haven't even started to get into music.
or if you
on
like
here.
organizing lists, then you can create lists.
A little loud. I'd say, and then there's people who like putting things all together
Yeah.
into a final finished product, which
Yeah.
is huge. Oh my god,
What?
it's great.
It would be so great if his eyes randomly blinked.
Yeah,
Instead of
and
all
you could,
at
it,
once.
it wouldn't be hard
Yeah.
to do that.
His name is Blinky. He should totally randomly blink. Oh my gosh.
Here's a Kratos, a stylized Kratos.
Oh, shit. Nice.
You can't possess him, so he hasn't been rigged yet or animated.
He had to have his appendix out.
So good, the animation style, or I mean the design style on him.
Yeah, it really is.
You know, he's moving. I feel like he could be maybe grabbed. It's just that it was saved as a scene instead of a character. I think if I went in, I could probably use him. Yeah, he's definitely a character. How do you do this then? I guess view mode? I don't know why I can't possess him. You must have some sort of puppet logic on there preventing it, or that I don't know how to tweak. It's a remix of God of War. Yeah, that's my remix, so I don't know. Anyways. Yeah, don't need to save that. What else is there? This guy, oh, very cute.
Diego.
So this guy, his logic has make sure that he only goes back and forth, so he's perfect for a platformer.
Ah.
And I was actually really curious as to how to do that, so I remixed him. Oh, this one can't be remixed, but there is a version of him that can, and it taught me how you can create a guy that can only go back and forth.
Oh, okay.
Basically, what you did, you take the controller node and you tell it that X and Y only can go, like you throw it through another little thing so that both signals become the same, or something like that. Anyways.
Ah! Cute.
And then this guy made a little experience with it, like a little game. Oh, this is a different guy. He's making a couple in the same style.
Cute. What?
Rainbow Coast. This is just a level. One of the things that plagues Dreams is platforming that sucks. Platforming that's too hard. It plagued Minecraft too. From everything from our user creations to just like popular Minecraft things out there. People, for some reason, love platforming that's hard. Nobody enjoys that. And so the best games out there that I found have simple platforming that make you feel good.
Yeah.
You know, like every popular game that's ever been designed out there.
Oh.
Look at this. So good.
Wow. This is very cute. And like all the layers and behind too.
Ah, there's some issues there. Triggered that as a... Might have to tweak that a bit.
Oh god.
There were coins in that tunnel.
Yeah.
Frame rate's a little low here. Let me see if I can make it. Yep. Looks like it seems that the unicorn got less furry when I tweaked that. Yeah, they just kind of like reduced the detail a little bit and it didn't hurt it. It's interesting to see that like dynamically can be switched like that.
Yeah.
For the most part, I haven't seen much difference between high frame rate and higher resolution. Whoa, I have a double jump? What the hell's going on there?
You just wouldn't die.
Yeah.
It felt like. This is so cute. Oh my god.
Yeah, it feels tight too. Feels really nice and like, yeah, it's one of the better platforming experiences I've played on here.
Did you see that?
No, I didn't.
I mean, they just put a light.
Spotlight so that it had a shadow.
Yeah, but.
So this guy, he's in another game.
Oh, you can breathe fire in this one.
This is very limited. He hasn't finished much of this yet. Aw, that's the end for now.
What's this stick dude?
Which one? Oh yeah, this is really neat. Basically just rigged up a drawing to be a person.
What? That's cool.
Yep. All kinds of stuff you can do. I'm trying to look for some unique ones, or I mean, they're all unique, but that stand out as different. They're all good. Mm-hmm. This one's cute.
Oh my god, cute. I want big fuzzy pajamas. Double jump, slam attack.
Yeah, he's got a whole bunch of different. Look at this. Just floats along.
Whoa,
it's like an underwater creature.
Cool. That's very cool.
Huh. Neat. All right, I have other things, collections here. Here I'm putting together like people who've put together sets. The same guy that made that Christmas stuff made a complete Halloween set.
Oh.
We saw this guy's creation once. It was this thing where this little girl's walking along. Remember that?
Yes.
So yeah,
it was
this
one of my
was
favorites.
all put together as a set. This guy that you could like use to make your own creation. And I'd say this is like if your aim is to have a cohesive style in your creation, that's one of the biggest challenges in making a beautiful, cohesive type of game like that, like cohesive style. So in Dreams, if you're starting out, probably the best thing is to not have a cohesive style and make your style be one that is jumbled up purposefully. That makes it easier. This person has made like a set of cute...
Happy farm toys.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, like I bet this is his jam, just creating this stuff, and then you take it and make something with it.
And people can make...
Someone might really like designing just beautiful signs with like...
Yeah, I've seen that.
Street names or something on it.
I've seen people making very specific things.
Yeah.
Like, and you can just search for it and you can toss it in your creation. Here's some cute ones. Fungus Fox and friends this way. Find them all for more fun. Going into experiences like this, I'm always worried where it's gonna go. I always think it's gonna go somewhere really horrible or something, because I'm like, this can't be this wholesome. Sticks, Squirrel Fox. That's Sticks.
Sure is.
Rattles. I'm Rattles. Big Daddy Bear Fox. Fungus Fox Jr. That's him. Classic Fungus Fox. Yeah. Fungus Fox Nursery. What about that guy back there? Louis Fluffy Bunny?
Whoa, cool. This is neat.
Grandpa Bear Fox's place. There he is. Like, I'm so evil. All I want to do is take this, remix it, and make it go a really horrible place or something. They have pipes. I found them all.
Well done.
You've unlocked sing-along mode. He wants to be friends with you and me. Fungus Fox, he is so furry, sitting there beneath his tree. Fungus Fox, he is so cuddly, we should invite him around for tea. Have you seen the Fungus Fox, Fungus Fox, Fungus Fox, sitting beneath the tree? Have you seen the Fungus Fox, the Fungus Fox, the Fungus Fox?
He wants to be friends with you and me.
All right.
Oh man, that was so great.
That
sing-along mode
is adorable.
Yup. This game is so wholesome. 0 out of 10.
A visual novel, Interstellar Sushi. It's 5 past midnight, and there's a long wait till your next flight. Sushi, press. Next camera. Departure board.
Earth has no gate yet.
Bad sushi, bad jazz. At least the beer's cheap. Can't believe that this garbage get published. I love this kind of place. R2 to play Planet Killer.
A game within a game. Within dreams.
Yeah, I saw before we came in that he had this game in his list.
Oh, really?
So he just tossed his own game into his game. And since Media Molecule has made it so seamless to switch between experiences, between games. Registering hits. Anyways, that's interesting.
Yeah.
What was the other things I wanted to show? What is this? I was really inspired by. Look at this. This feels like Link's Awakening, the newest Link's Awakening. Look at these graphics and the style and like how they're kind of plastic toys looking. Stay out of the forge area, pup. Sorry, I'm helping my dad with the shop right now. I'll come over to play again tonight. Uh-oh.
That's really cute.
Like, yeah.
Just a little teaser of what I'm working on.
You could see how somebody could put together a full-fledged, amazing RPG. What was this again? I don't even remember what this was. I don't think I played this. How did I know it was cute? Oh, it is cute. I know this. How do I control? Is it gonna let me? It seems to be janked. I remember. Oh, I had to press circle. That's weird. Sometimes they do that. All right.
I feel like I remember this character. Nice.
These are slimes.
Ooh, get him. Aww. Now he's just a little puddle. Ooh.
Bonus stage.
Ooh. Hold flat. Flat faster. Oh, okay. You weren't started yet.
And so on.
Cute.
It's cute. So that was made by a Japanese creator. They might not know what they chose as a random cute sounding name. Colon Adventure. It's a colon adventure.
It's very colorful.
Acorn is rolling. This is also by a Japanese creator. Apparently a nursery rhyme. Acorn is rolling down and falls into a pond. Then, oh my gosh, Loach comes out and says, "Good afternoon. Let's play together, little acorn." There's Loach. Classic Loach. My life is a colon adventure. That's pretty good, man. And then, this. Since a long time, bats are considered like spooky creatures. It's true. They are usually associated to horror scenes or movies.
Is this the same person?
I don't know. I think maybe. I don't know.
This is super cute.
I also already heard that they can grab your hairs.
Can I?
Wrong!
Oh, good thing we kept watching. Aww.
They are often unloved and badly judged, but
Look how sad he is. Look how pretty that is.
they are harmless.
Except when they have rabies, which doesn't exist in Japan, so.
And they are so cute. Aren't they?
Oh my god.
That's why I would like to present you this unsuspected world that I called the Bat's Dreamland. It's an actual game. It's quite the long intro.
Wow.
Can I play it? You are a bat now. You can just visit the village.
You can just have fun to be a bat.
You can just have fun. You can also learn about bats. And if you want your own bat, you have to find a bat hidden somewhere.
Oh my god.
Caution, when you fly, release L1 slowly and again, small knocks to avoid falling too fast.
Gotcha.
Some of bats can live up to 30 years. Aww.
Are you 30 years old?
I heard that there's a bat hidden somewhere. R2 to move arms. Kinda. X to jump, and L1 to fly. R1 to play the scene. Babies can fly when they have between 6 and 8 weeks. Oh, I guess that's it. All right.
This is so cute.
There are between 1,000 and 2,000 species of bats in the world. To move and hunt bats, used echolocation. Used the echolocation. Echolocation school.
Aww.
All their houses have little wings.
This is so adorable. What are you guys doing? Do bats have choirs?
One has a flower in her hair. And eyelashes. That's how you can tell it's a girl.
Yeah.
Bat square. Okay. I'm half expecting Miss Adler's body to be found in a bush. Nah, it's not on the same level.
No.
It's so cute. It's too
It
wholesome for
is.
its own good.
Oh my gosh, is that a statue?
Looks like it might be. Oh, they counted that as a death because I fell too fast, I think.
Oh my god, it's like a liberty.
Bats are important for ecological balance because they feed on insects which are considered harmful. Man, this could have been a school project.
Yeah?
I'm trying to use small knocks to make sure I don't hurt myself when I fall.
Sometimes bats have fat bellies.
Did it say that?
No.
Oh.
It's a trampoline. Trampoline.
Where's the hidden bat?
Is that a hidden bat? I like the chill music.
The Bridge of Lovers. You think it's on? There's a cave across the river? Okay.
Oh, you look sad. Get in on that action.
Mating of bats occurs in the fall before hibernation and fertilization in the spring. I'm learning more than I wanted to.
The bats are getting funky right now.
Oh,
Funky.
there is a, it is hot in here.
Yeah, it is.
I need to, I need to use small knocks. Just gonna reduce the temperature a bit.
There's a bat, but you need a key.
Oh shit. Why is the bat? Oh, this is a... So if you want this bat model, you have to complete his level. Some people lock their remixable creations behind
Really?
finishing their game. Yeah, you can do that. Just like Little Big Planet, you can like make it so that people have to complete things in order to get things. Which I haven't seen a lot of people do. But it is an interesting concept to give rewards, like, and that they're truly rewards because you don't get to use them in your creations. Like, these are real, tangible, almost tangible things. I wonder where the little guy is or where the key is. I don't know that I want to spend much more time doing this, though.
I wonder if you have to read all the clues.
I did read all the infos.
All the infos, sorry.
They all just give facts about bats.
Did you read that infos?
A big part of bats feed on insects, but others feed on fruits or pollen. All right. Well, yeah, you guys can go finish the game
Yes.
if you would like.
Facts. Bats usually hide keys in hard to find places.
I bet. Here's some, oh, you might like this. It's a Mad Max sculpture.
Woo!
Mad Max style, anyways.
Oh, cool. Oh, that's so cool. So much detail. Fuck.
Pretty neat.
Yeah.
And then kind of want and don't want dreams now. Look at this scene. Isn't that great?
Yeah. It's so cute.
What's this guy made? I haven't looked at any of these things yet. God, you could spend so much time just looking at shit.
Have you done that? Just like
Yes.
spent.
Tons.
Yeah.
Look at this. Interesting. And sometimes things take longer. I thought I'd be able to zoom around it. It's pretty wild, though.
That's very cool.
There's, oh yeah, and then so this is what I put in like some of the best shit. This one is one of the more fully fledged feeling games that I've played. It could still use some polish like many things, but
Oh shit.
This is one of the few 3D platforming games that I've played in Dreams that realizes that 3D platforming sucks and has made sure that it feels good. Things like making sure that the jumps are as far as your maximum jump distance, basically. Like, that's one thing that Mario games do.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Oh!
like,
Nice.
some cool. Uh-oh, that's too big of a jump.
Caesar is dead.
Shit. Et tu, Brute? I wonder what I need to get across there.
Go a different way.
Okay. You can make a double jump now
Ah, nice.
when it's active.
Oh, that's pretty nice feeling.
Oh, he has a landing animation when it's from a big distance. Did you see that? When it's from high? Watch this.
Ah,
He does like a
cool.
ninja drop. Oops.
Oh, shit.
It's easier to hit an enemy when you aim it. Hold L1 to. So few things have lock target. Nice. Oh, that's great.
That's the square, square, square.
Yeah. Oh my
Oh,
god.
the stuffing
Yeah.
came out. Cute. Did you see the monkeys?
Yeah. I saw the monkeys.
Yeah.
These are watered. Oh, I don't think. Oh, I watered the mud. I made it muddy.
Oh.
I was solving a thing and I didn't even know it. Maybe.
I think there was a chest back there. Yeah.
You got the earth rune. You can feel really. You can feel really strong when it's active.
So do you press down on D-pad?
Can I did. What can I do
Oh,
with
did you?
strength?
You can maybe double jump to get these bananas
Wow.
that will lead us somewhere else. Ooh, another chest.
Heart container.
This is very well done.
I can't like get over how good the platforming feels in it compared to so many other
Yeah.
3D platformers in full like actual retail games. Sometimes I hate 3D platforming.
Yeah.
I'm not strong enough to activate this lever. Interact. Okay. So I need to turn on my strength.
Can you just fill water in the other one? Or do you have to
Oh,
find
maybe.
another level?
Yeah, I
lever?
could just. Good call. That'd be cool if they made that one of
Yeah.
the ways to solve it.
No.
I think the second lever's in there. I'd probably just have to double jump over it.
So you did take a bit of fall damage there at one. Yeah.
Ouch.
Again.
It did say that you can do a second jump right before the ground to cushion a fall. How do I get out? Uh-oh.
Here. That thing? You can jump on that little rock. I'm not sure where to.
Whoa. Surprised. This is like one thing that doesn't feel great in this hole.
Look, can you look that way? Like, is there something this way? Yeah, I think you can just...
I think that's what was intended?
Yeah, I think so.
Still don't love it, but... There we go. You haven't seen much fall damage in Dreams? Well, people tend not to like fall damage, but if they've made it a part of the mechanic, or part of the gameplay, that like you've got a way to prevent fall damage actively, that is can be fun.
Holy shit.
Yeah, this keeps going, eh? Oh.
Did someone just take a picture?
I don't know.
Flash. Ooh. The coveted banana.
Uh-oh.
Oh, shit.
Uh-oh. Oh, this is a thing with even the best dreams, it seems. This can happen. Oh, that's why you need copious playtesting. There'll be, and people can leave comments on a creation, so they could say I got stuck on the monkey throne or something. Fuck yeah.
Golden banana.
It seems to be a very valuable item. Better keep it safe.
Careful.
Oh, that's... It's okay.
Phew. 4 hearts. Ooh, fire rune.
Welcome, Caesar. We were waiting for you. Face the trials of the chamber of the golden monkey. Shh. Now I'm fighting. Surprised it goes this long before you fight.
Yeah.
I got the
Ooh,
fire
fire this
thing,
shit.
but I don't know how to use it.
It's right on the D-pad.
Yeah.
Oh, or you light it up? Did you have to change it to that?
Yeah.
Okay. I get
I want to show
it. Very cool.
the very beginning because I already played the intro before. If I rewind it, you'll be able to see the intro, which is really interesting.
That's cute. The loading, and it has the 3 monkeys. The speaker.
Yeah. It's not actually loading though. That's put in to fake out, give you a reason to read that. Because yeah, dreams don't load.
Yeah. Interesting. Wow.
Look at that. That's incredible. Like, I've seen games do that in the past. It's cool that somebody did it in Dreams. They turned the 3D scene into a photo. It's so well done.
Huh?
And I'm wondering how he made it, like, I understand how he could do that. He just creates a window that looks like a photograph. But at the end, it looked like what was behind it became 2D. I don't know how he did that. You guys have any theories? Because like when it panned back over, the stuff in the photograph didn't move like it was 3D anymore. So yeah, that guy's pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
And clearly has a lot of things coming. Look,
That's
he's made
amazing.
a bunch of his assets are usable, including that training dummy alone is going to get used, I think, a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Because that can be used in all kinds of creations usefully. You can't have an actual photo in Dreams. You can paint pictures in Dreams, but I don't think he was able to paint an exact picture of the scene that he made, like, so it looked seamless. There's no way. So I don't know what he did. He must have just zoomed far enough back that it looked like it was static.
I assume just adjusted the field of view
Very intelligently. Like if you zoom in, things look flat from a long distance when you zoom. Here's something really interesting that really made me start to think about what you can make in Dreams. All right. Starve Not. Oh yeah, okay. Journey Onward. Here we go.
Ooh.
So it's like one of these old, like Eye of the Beholder or something back on really old computers. This is in Dreams. You can make anything.
Yeah. Nothing to climb. Holy shit.
Obtained some gold, it says, and obtained a shield. Fight.
Yeah, fight him.
An encounter. Thou reach thy foe and try to attack. Thou hit it successfully. Thy foe decides to keep it to its defense. Let's turn it down a little bit here.
Foe perish. Thou hit it successfully. Has HP, food. Every time you step, it takes 0.1 food. Gold equipment. Inventory.
Anyways,
shield.
I want
Holy
to.
shit.
I'll probably play that on the show sometime to see where it goes. This one is really cute, style-wise. Eh? I rewound it, right? Rewind. I'll just go to this then and select. But rewind wasn't working for me.
Go back out and reset the progress.
Oh well. I guess it was just rewinding the scene. Anyways, doesn't matter.
This is so great.
Origamirai. Now check this out. So he became the little thing his daughter made for him, an origami soldier, samurai. Is that me? A fox. Is it here to guide me home? So I'm controlling it now.
You're origami, you can't go in the water.
I have to go on the sword. Oh, well. Oh, this is really difficult.
Just getting your legs.
With the camera change, it's especially hard.
Yeah.
Camera change soon. Little tedious, this.
Jump. Woo!
So yeah, like clearly it's going somewhere.
Right. Oh my god, that's
Isn't that great?
Cool.
Not a lot of chatter in the chat anymore, eh? I thought people would react to that.
Yeah.
Let's see. So yeah, that's probably, I could go on forever with the shit I've shown, but I'm going to keep collecting stuff and showing it on the show, I
Yeah.
think, and then doing tinker shows where I figure out stuff and make my own stuff and maybe show off stuff I've made.
Cool.
But this is going to be something I'm going to be doing a lot of, I think, going forward, guys.
You're loving dreams.
One of the plans I have, you love that I made, thank you. I plan on, I want to make games, but first things first, while I still learn the ropes, I'm gonna like start to create some stuff for myself, including, I want, you know that show thing, the curtains I use with the logo on it, I need a fresh one of those. The one I have is 720p, it looks too low resolution. I lost the original, and so I'd like to use that on the show sometimes, but I want a better quality one. I'm going to try to make one in Dreams, just simply a show logo on a curtain that moves in the background.
Oh, interesting.
I made the original like way back in Final Cut or something like that, but...
You made that?
Yeah.
The curtains?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It's just a curtain generated in Final Cut, and then like I applied like some spotlight thing effect that they had. I'm going to try to recreate that in Dreams. I could obviously make Turbo Buddy. I want to make a Turbo Buddy game, Turbo Buddy within a game where he's an actual character. Maybe show you the canonical origins of Turbo Buddy, like made up origins, like, you know, but show him as though if he was in some fictional game from back when or something, what it would look like in a black and white Turbo Buddy adventure.
I was wearing a Turbo Buddy shirt to my Japanese class yesterday, and she was like, oh, like Pac-Man.
Yes, like Pac-Man.
And I was like, kind of, and so I explained who he was.
If you want to know what the Turbo Buddy game would feel like, think of the shirt edition we released of him where he says, it just says video games.
Oh.
Think that. That's
Okay.
that's what the feel of the game would be. Turbo Buddy doesn't talk very eloquently, I think. And the other thing is I'm working on AVG slowly but surely, season 4, and I've been stuck kind of on the intro, animating a new season intro and segues for this new season because I've given up the PC. I used to animate in Flash, and I will never go on a PC again. It's the cause of my pussy wrists, and I'm not gonna poke that bear. I can go hours and hours without any pain on a controller and on an iPad, but the iPad is where I'm editing AVG, has so few options in terms of animation, unfortunately, really sadly, because like it's totally capable of it, but nobody's made anything for it. Lots of art programs, but no like Flash. There's hand-drawn animation, but that's not what style I want to make. I want to make vector-based, you know, hard shape animation.
Right.
Anyways, I've got Dreams. I'm going to make the new, long way of saying I'm going to make the new AVG intro in Dreams.
That's cool.
And a bunch of different things. I've got lots of ideas, tons of ideas. Phoenix Wright game I want to make. I want to make a simple, like, I want to start by, I want to recreate my original game I ever made when I was a kid, and that's called Party Dude. I want to recreate it. It wasn't a very long game.
Yes.
All it is your friend and you are bored at your house, and he's like, dude, we should have a party. And it's like, you gotta do the party. And it's like, you just have to walk around figuring out how to put a party together, including inviting friends, including finding the phone to invite friends, including finding out that the phone is actually a skeleton that's on the floor, because that's the RPG asset I used from like a fantasy tile set. And so he's like, your friend's like, use the bone phone, man. What are you waiting for? And like, you go to the bone and you find out it's a phone. The skeleton, and like it was such a derpy, weird mix of random shit because I just cobbled it together using the graphics that RPG Maker had included. And so that's what I feel like would be a good start to trying to make a game in Dreams, because it really is by a thing that you... Party Dude was a thing that I made up as I went, and I think that's probably where I am in Dreams, is just throwing together a game as I make up shit as I go.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what happened in Party Dude? Then like 2 friends come over to your party, and one of them's your dad. And he starts dancing, and like he's like super excited to be invited to a party. So he's dancing. He got invited to his own house, and he's there to party.
Oh my god.
And he's dancing, and like your friends are telling you how cool your dad is, and like nobody cares that you threw this party. It's such a stupid... It was such a fun game.
That's really cute.
And then I think it culminated in a break-in in the top of the house. You leave the party to see that a guy is like stealing stuff from the top level, and then I didn't know where to go from there. And I think I just ended up having other things. I was always moving on to new projects, and then I probably made Little Brothers. The little buzzers for my little brother. I'll admit, like I'll say, like Toby Fox was a huge inspiration for my modern desire to want to make a game. Looking at something that somebody grew up on Earthbound had created, it was so clear. Like I felt so spiritually connected to this person. I was like, I could make a game that makes him laugh, I bet.
Yeah.
Like, and that's what I would love to do, and what I'll probably be working on, some funny, weird experiences or something in Dreams. But lots of ideas. And then, of course, there's that WarioWare idea. What I'd like to really work together with our creative people in the community that have been working on Dreams, encourage more people to come in, and maybe we can collaborate on stuff. And
3 to 5 second experiences.
Like, the ability for you to share a dream you make. Oh.
Level up! You've spent 50 hours this week on Dreams.
You're level 29. You like to do art, but my new passion is curation, because I've been putting them into collections. But like, you can grab a thing and add a collaborator to it. I don't know, I forget how you do that. But like, maybe there's gonna be times where I'm making a little derpy level or something, and like, I don't know how to figure this out. Like, I need a logic of this to happen or something, and then I'll just be able to add one of these guys, one of these geniuses like Frico, who obviously knows how to fucking do logic is his forte. In Dreams, he's been doing so much logic work, incredible work on, and I'm gonna make a return to your Last of Us recreation to see how you've been going on that eventually. And but like, if I'm like, dude, how do I make this work? I can just like add him as a collaborator, and he can tinker with it and send me his version and be like, is that how you wanted it to work, or something like that? I'm not saying I'm going to use my turbos as slaves, but I'm saying I will do that, make them slaves. Like, people could just add in a thing for me. I could be like, do a show like this where we're like, let's make a game today. We do it, and I like place a bunch of objects around a room, and I'm like, I want that guy to talk to him, and then I want this to appear. Be like, by tomorrow, do it. And then I come back and see if they've done what I instructed, and like, I don't know. Oh my god. That could be fun, like to see what they come up with based on my instructions or something. Like community jam, yeah. We could start with maybe a Christmas game. Something fun. I think that my weakness though is gameplay. Level design. These people, like these things, that is an aspect. It's like writing a mystery novel, coming up with a solution, working backwards is what I imagine people who make these truly incredible platformers. Like I talk a lot on this show about when we play games. There's games that make you feel smart as the player, and that's the brilliant, like, to making and Little Media Molecules masters at it. The Little Big Planet games were so good. The way they made you feel like you were just like poking things, and then you make it happen. You're like, oh yeah, I totally solved that puzzle.
The way things would unravel,
and it pays off.
So beautiful.
Yeah, it makes you feel so good when it happens. That's good level, but I'm not good at that. Like, I would just end up copying a bunch of other levels I'd played in other games. There's like the way that people come up with clever levels and level design. Like you see it in Nintendo all the time.
Yeah.
It's really inspiring. But yeah, that's not me. It's one thing I can't do. But I'd love to see maybe Turbos add stuff like that into. My forte is writing I'd like to put my voice acting into stuff and stuff like
Ooh.
that. That's one thing I have as an asset, that I can do a lot of voices and make a game with tons of voices. Justin Roiland's a huge inspiration of mine, and I'd love to make a game that just has stupid fucking bullshit,
Yeah.
you know, and voicing. You're shit at designing gameplay. Yeah, gameplay is like, there's gameplay and then there's level design, two separate things. Gameplay, how it feels and how it plays, which I'm super critical of, but I wouldn't know where to begin to make something feel good either. But that's the other great thing. You don't need to necessarily have an army of turbos ready to do something for you. You can go out there and be like, you know, I want, what's a random thing? Like, I need a...
Cheesecake.
Well, that's obviously you can find sculptures, but what if you want something that does a thing, like
Like a marching ant.
No,
You
that's
said
not what I meant. But
Is it a thing that does things?
yes, it does. I guess what I'm thinking is like race car. Like give me a race car, and then you can go find one.
You wanted a palindrome.
So you can go out and be like, I suck at making. Like, I've tried to make a car that feels good to drive. I suck at it. Logic. You could go out and find a car. What's this? RC car, radio control, remixable, car logic, R2 to go forward. So you can take this.
Okay.
He's left it simple. And if it feels good to you, if you like how his car feels, this feels great. And it's like, yeah, maybe I wanted a WarioWare game, so it doesn't steer when it drives backwards. Oh, you have to use the R stick instead of the L stick, which is what I want to do. Why do I want to use the L stick when I back up? Is that how games usually work? Anyways, this feels good. So you can take this and be like, all right, there, I got my car. you didn't even have to reinvent the wheel, literally. You grab it, and he might have had a creation where the car was separate from all this, but if he doesn't, you can go in and just grab the car.
Right.
You can select it.
And so then, could you use the logic from that, but make it a...
You make it anything you wanted, yes.
Or a cheesecake.
Yeah, because now I can go in, and I can remodel this and make it anything, and it would be, you know, to a limit, because if it was a puppet with logic and it had like logic built in to make its arms do things, then you're gonna have to use a puppet still. You're not gonna be able to use an arbitrary figure. You could, but you'd lose the arm functionality or something. Like so, there's limits to what you can do when you transfer things to another thing. One of the things I haven't found that I don't know if you can do in Dreams or not is transfer animations from one character to another, and I don't think you can unless the animation was based on the original puppet. Right now there's only one puppet available, and in the future Media Molecule might make a four-legged puppet.
Yeah.
And they might make many different types of puppets, and then all the animation would be specific to the type of puppet.
If you wanted to make a four-legged puppet right now, could you use the 2 legs and 2 legs and somehow connect them?
Yeah, you could turn a human into a 4-legged puppet for sure.
Okay.
This is fun. I love that it's a box.
Yeah.
And I love that you can see your imp.
Your little kitty imp is inside.
Oh, Crash. So yeah, you can go around and you can try a bunch of different cars, decide which one you like the feel of, and remix it.
Right.
And then that person will forever get credit in your creation, whatever you end up making.
That's great.
Wow, he's even got steering animation.
Holy shit, cool.
Wow, this feels pretty good. Lots of the stuff in Dreams ends up feeling floaty.
Yeah.
And this is actually kind of feels like it's gripping the ground. Still a little floaty, but a lot of AAA games have cars that feel floaty. One of the games I would love to see somebody recreate Excite Truck.
I know, that's what I was saying earlier.
Yeah.
An Excite Truck, it was the greatest game.
There was something about Excite Truck that the way it, like when you landed on the ground, it felt like it grabbed the ground. Like it felt so good. Like there was something about the design of it, or the way the logic worked on it.
We played the shit out of that game.
But I bet you're going to find lots of cars where they feel floaty. I would love to find a car that feels real tight and Excite Truck like.
Yeah. Catan.
Yeah, somebody's made Catan. I wonder if there's logic in here. Can you actually play it, or you just move pieces around? Media Molecule's also adding multiplayer. Online multiplayer, and you will be able to sculpt get together at the same time.
Whoa, that's nuts.
And also, if there's gonna have online multiplayer, you could literally, like, there's a board game simulator out there already, but this is basically, this got, Dreams kind of put them out of business, because I mean, this is what Board Game Simulator was doing. You could go in here and play with somebody, you've got all the pieces, you know? You just need to add a cup for the dice so that you can roll both at once. And you could play online with 4 people, Catan, like this, just like this.
Would you play Catan
If it was digital?
Yeah. Did you
You and I, should we play it? Maybe not now, but maybe in the future we could use this guy's board and do some Catan.
You played with us before, right?
Yeah, I liked it. Can you grab things at the same time as me?
Mm.
Can you grab one of those bricks? R2?
Oh.
Holy shit, we could easily play... I control the camera, but we could easily play Catan like this.
They don't have the cards or anything, though.
I think he said he's adding the cards in the description.
Oh my god.
And you'd have a deck of cards, and they would all say the things on them. You pick them up and look at them. But obviously, we would be looking at each other's cards. But once they add online multiplayer,
right?
I'm
gonna place this.
Tabletop Simulator's robust, but I could easily see it being remade in Dreams. Oh, easily. Like Tabletop Simulator, all it is outside of Dreams is just Dreams with a bunch of pre-built things in it, right? Like devices, like an auto, like a dice, and like many different functionalities that could be turned into. What do you call them? Circuits or gadgets or whatever that can be slapped onto things depending on
Let's play Jenga.
Oh, Jenga would be super easy to make in Dreams.
I'll start building it.
Longest railroad, bitch.
We're not playing that game. Wait, do they have that in Catan? Like longest, maybe they do. Yeah, they do have a card for that, right? We played a lot of Ticket to Ride.
Can you flip the table? Tabletop Simulator has a table flipping option. I know that.
Oh man.
But if you search logic, you'll find so many game concepts in here. So here's like, oh my god, like look at this shit. Come in, you can, oh. Oh, that feels good. Nice, I like the sound.
Oh my god, I love the little pylons.
Oh, this one feels real nice. Huh.
To get fancy, L1.
That guy's watching. He follows the car with his eyes. Yeah, you'll find a lot of these with like little helpful how-tos and stuff that are like basically teaching you the logic, like they're tutorials built in Dreams. And I think a lot of people are going to build tutorials that step by step. Obviously, Media Molecule on full release is going to have way more tutorials added.
So does that mean you can use that asset?
Yeah, now I can use what looked like 5 blocks. Yeah. Actually, it might be that. This is the asset.
That's a whole bunch of them put together, I think.
The physics!
Yeah.
The steering doesn't correct itself. It doesn't go back to... It's funny realizing how many things you take for granted in games these days when you play something that doesn't have those functionalities yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, the steering doesn't go back to straight. You have to adjust it back yourself. Oh, slowly the camera moves with this. It slowly readjusts. I see. So yeah, you could take this car, redesign it, and then you've got the logic. You can see the logic there.
Yeah, man.
That he's built.
Fuck.
Like, this just, like, anything can be done in Dreams.
Yeah.
All right, I could go on and on, but that's the show for today. Thanks for watching, guys. That was just another deep dive into some Dreams and some chatting about what we could do. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.